Johnny, David Clary, Mark and Shauna Hayes, Christian Roses Rodriguez here at the Wildcat Arena getting set for Oak Ridge High School basketball. Another night, but it is the final regular season ball game of the year here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats and guys taking on the Blue Raiders and Lady Raiders from Cleveland High School. We don't expect the same kind of crowd that we expected to see Saturday and actually last Friday, but we do have quite a few Cleveland people in the house here tonight for what should be an exciting night of basketball. Shauna Hayes has joined us here. Shauna, you've got more information about tonight's game.
Yeah, thanks, David. Tonight, the Lady Wildcats close out their home schedule in their regular season and will try to bounce back as well from their Saturday loss to Catholic. The assignment will be a tough one as Oak Ridge takes on Cleveland, one of the three teams to defeat Oak Ridge this season. The Lady Raiders defeated Oak Ridge in Cleveland back on January 16th, 69-58. Oak Ridge fell behind early in the game and trailed after one quarter 15-4, only to take the lead at halftime. The Lady Wildcats could not maintain the lead and dropped their second straight to Cleveland. Kamari Mitchell-Steen did her part, scoring 30 points in the loss. Unfortunately, Cleveland's Jamarin Blair scored 30 for the Lady Raiders. Oak Ridge leads the series 22-4, dating back to 1982. Cleveland is playing in back-to-back road games, having played and won last night in Ottawa. Oak Ridge will try to avoid their second straight loss for the first time since last season when they lost to East Hamilton. And Cleveland in back-to-back games. Under Coach Paige Taylor, Oak Ridge has never lost 3 in a row in the same season, although they did lose the final game of the 2016-17 to Memphis Central, and then the first 2 games of the following season to Wilson Central and Lebanon. Oak Ridge will close out their season on the road this Friday when they travel to Fulton. Oak Ridge defeated Fulton last season here at the Wildcat Arena 62-26. The Lady Falcons have played well this season, going 14-5 on the season to this point, with a game at home tonight against South Doyle. We will broadcast that game on FM 92.7 as well as on our YouTube channel and Channel 15. The audio can also be heard on prepradio.com, including smartphones. Our sponsors for tonight's game are ORUD, Mortgage Investors Group, Ortho Tennessee, 10 Bank, and Fox Insurance Group. Mark and Dave will be back with the starting lineup and the tip-off in Cleveland following this break from Oak Ridge.
David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena getting set for Oak Ridge High School basketball. The Lady Wildcats and the Cleveland Lady Raiders here on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also broadcasting on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, tonight. Our sponsors for tonight's game include the Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. While I have the moment, I want to remind everybody that there has been a schedule change for the Oak Ridge Wildcats and the Lady Wildcats. A game originally scheduled to be played at Fulton High School this coming Saturday has been moved up a day. The game will now be played still at Fulton, regular times. Boys Junior Varsity at 4:30, girls game at 6, and the boys game at 7:30. But it'll be Friday at Fulton High School. That'll close out the regular season for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and Lady Wildcats. And then I believe the next time that we'll have a ball game for you will be on February 20th. That'll be the semifinals District 3 tournament played right here at the Wildcat Arena. We're a few minutes away from the tip-off of this ball game. Mark Haste has joined us here. Mark, Lady Wildcats and the Cleveland Lady Raiders. Oak Ridge lost to Cleveland earlier this year down in Cleveland. And hopefully, the Wildcats will do a better job against Blair, who just totally dominated the Lady Wildcats down there, scoring 30 points in a ball game where our girl, Corey Mitchell-Steen, had 30 points, and so did their girl, but their other girls scored more points. So Lady Wildcats have to be a little bit more balanced today.
Yeah, they will. I mean, I'm excited to see this game, David. I was not able to make the game down in Cleveland previously, so this will be my first look at Cleveland. Any team that beats the Lady Wildcats, it's a team that's well worth watching because you know that they're a good team. So, we're getting set for the tip-off here and the announcements, and we already have the color guard out on the floor.
So why don't we go ahead and go down to the floor, and Teresa Seals will be singing the national anthem here in a few short moments. It's Oak Ridge and Cleveland here on PrepRadio.com, and we're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 and on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. Now let's go down to the floor with Teresa Seals and the national anthem.
This evening, please rise as we welcome the color guard from the Oak Ridge High School Lady and Junior ROTC program to present the colors. The guards under the command of Commander Keith Clem and Chief Ryan Nichols. The color guard is being led tonight by Cadet Lieutenant Commander Jared Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem.
Our national anthem here in the ROTC color guard here at the Wildcat Arena, getting set for Oak Ridge High School basketball. Lady Wildcats and the Lady Blue Raiders of Cleveland High School. Mark rejoins us here on our broadcast. Mark, you've got the starting lineups.
Thank you very much, David. Starting for the Blue Raiders, the Lady Blue Raiders of Cleveland, they'll come out with number 4, Mariah Person, followed by number 15, Alexia Jackson, 21, Jaden Chestnut, 24, Brenna Droke, and number 33, Jamarin Blair. Starting for the Lady Wildcats, they'll come out with number 2, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, followed by number 11, Samaj Clark, number 24, Cannon Green, number 34, Hope Holt, and number 42, Emily Lindsay will get her first start tonight, David.
Well, Emily Lindsay getting her first start tonight. Emily is a 5'7" sophomore. So she's starting in the place of Gracie Heron, the 6-foot sophomore. So a little bit of a change there. And I'm not exactly sure about that in terms of why, but I'll ask Coach Taylor after the ball game. Lady Wildcats, Kamari Mitchell-Steen. I was looking at some of her stats today, Mark, and this season, Kamari has had 11 double-doubles and 2 triple-doubles during the course of the year. That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is, David. Just her stats are just so impressive. She's, played for many years for Lady Wildcats. I mean, she was an impact player even when she was a freshman, even though she kind of had to play behind Jada Gwynn.
And we're about to get set here. The crowd is filing in. Cleveland brought a lot of fans from southeastern Tennessee, and we welcome them here. And, of course, they can be watching us. We had so many people watching our stream from Catholic this past week. We had nearly 1,000 people watching the ball game, which was incredible for us for this live stream. And people thought nobody would watch here, Mark.
Well, I'm glad to know that what we're doing is, appreciated by other people, David.
Emily Lindsay is going to be jumping for the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge wearing their white jerseys with cardinal and black trim. The Lady Raiders in their blue jerseys with white and red trim. To jump for them will be Chestnut. It'll be Lindsay. Emily Lindsay, the 5'7" sophomore, against Chestnut. And we are about to get set here from the Wildcat Arena, the last regular season home game for Oak Ridge. Ball up controlled by Cleveland, then knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge's Samaj Clark. And we are underway here from the Wildcat Arena. Thanks for tuning us in. Here they come down the floor. Person to watch is Blair. She is an outstanding player. She likes to go to her right all the time. If you can force her to her left, break down on the defense right there. Here's a shot, good. And then a foul is going to be called. I think immediately you can see that Emily Lindsay just a little bit out of position right there, and she commits the personal foul, and they'll go to the free throw line.
To the line for Cleveland, David, will be number 21, Jada Chestnut. She's she's there to complete the three-point play.
And she does good. And hopefully, probably is not the right word for Oak Ridge fans, but she did. 3-0 is our score. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. With it will come Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Works the ball to the free throw line, shoots from there. Might have been partially rejected, or I guess not. I guess it was just an air ball out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland basketball. One thing that I talked to Coach Taylor about the other day, Mark, was the fact that Kamari has had to play so many minutes, she's got to be getting tired. As they set for a long-range 3 and a 5-0 lead, and they've got it. 6-0 lead our score as they hit the three from downtown. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Hope Holt with the basketball against the 2-3 zone. Here it goes to Kamari or Samaj. She launches a three. It's up, no good. Little quick rebound saved by Lindsay. Emily Lindsay back to Hope. Hope Holt drives in. Little three-footer, good. Hope has the first 2 points for the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge trails by a score of 6-2 about a minute into the ball game. Here they come down the floor against the press. They throw the ball away. Lady Wildcats, once again, I think we're a little bit out of position there, Mark, but it didn't hurt them that much, and the Wildcats will get it coming back the other way. Moving left to right, if you're listening to us on your smartphones, on prepradio.com, or on your computer on Prep Radio. Here's Oak Ridge's Kamari Mitchell-Steen, top of the circle. She scored 30 against Cleveland on January the 16th. Samaj drives the paint. Shot off the glass, good. A couple nice little possessions there for Oak Ridge, and then Cleveland doesn't like what they see, and they call a timeout. 6:41 to play. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up, and that'll be coming up on Friday when the Wildcats travel to Fulton High School to take on the Falcons. I think I mentioned this earlier, but the game was originally scheduled for Saturday, but he has a game on Friday, so they decided to move it up, which is not the best of luck for us because I'm going to take down and follow the Robertsville Lady Rams, and I'll talk about that at some point during the course of the game. They are in the state basketball tournament in the Final Four in the state of Tennessee, and they're going to be playing their first game on Friday. We thought we were going to be able to cover it, but unfortunately, because of the high school change, we will not. 6-4 our score. Here comes Cleveland down the floor with right to left. Lady Wildcats trying to set a trap. They work the ball top of the circle. Unable to shoot the basketball. Brenna Droke. She works the ball to her right. Good defense by Lindsay. They work the ball inside to Droke. Her shot is up. That's good. 8-4 our score. Lady Wildcats pushing it up the floor with Hope Holt. She dribbles to her right, swings the ball to Samaj, left side, Cannon Green. Had a three, won't take it. Left extension of the free throw line, gives it back out for Oak Ridge. The ball free throw line jumper is up, and it is no good. Rebound by very high arcing shot, no good. Can't get it. Taken away by Cleveland, then tracked down in the rear court by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats should have numbers here. Samaj, Kamari, three-pointer. On its way, she rushed it, no good. Got to be strong on Lindsay. And tied up Lady from Cleveland. That's 2 rebounds so far for Emily Lindsay. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Cannon Green in the ball game. Emily Lindsay, Hope Holt, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and Samaj Clark. Go back to what I was going to say. Oak Ridge is Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and really basically all the stars have played a ton of minutes this year. They've got to be getting tired. Lady Wildcats all over. And she's going to drive in for a shot. She's going to be fouled on the floor by Kamari, I believe. It'll be a personal foul either way against Oak Ridge, but Lady Wildcats have got to be getting a little bit leg weary, Mark.
Yeah, they do. I mean, not only have they played a lot of minutes, I mean, they're playing, 2-3 games a week now, David. So, that just takes a toll on the body. It's another foul committed by the Lady Wildcats.
This one's going to go against Samaj Clark. 5:36 to play in the first quarter. 8-4 is our score as we play here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats fell behind Cleveland 15-4 after one quarter at Cleveland. They're down 8-4 now. It could be 10-4 if she hits these free throws. The first one is good. 9-4 our score. Substitutions coming in. Well, actually, Person stays in the ball game. Back to the free throw line will go the Lady Raiders. Toss on its way up there. No good. Rebound to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Quick pass over to Hope. She works the ball to Samaj. Had a three. Now drives the baseline. Great drive. Gets the shot up. No good. Rebounded by Lindsay. Her third. Here's a shot by Cannon up. No good. Rebounded by Cleveland and knocked out of bounds by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Lady Wildcats have got to shoot the ball better. We noticed on Saturday, with the exception of Kamari, Lady Wildcats just did not shoot the ball real well. They've got to shoot the ball well tonight. They have to have balanced scoring to beat this really good team. Brenna Droke with the basketball. She works the ball, bounce pass to the right extension of the free throw line. Here's a steal by Kamari. Kamari steps in the path and moves the ball across the line, all the way to the midcourt line, gives it off to Hope, drives the paint, throws the ball away. Try to either get it in the Cannon or to Lindsay, that just threw it right to her as the Wildcats on the other end get another steal. A little sloppy to start the ball game as Oak Ridge brings the ball quickly down the floor. Cannon in the right corner, no place to go but back, gives it off to Kamari. Kamari drives the baseline, goes up for the ball, stripped of it because she is fouled by the Lady Raiders. 4:41 to play first quarter. Cleveland on top by a score of 9-4. Lady Wildcats, Lady Raiders, the first time they started playing was back in the early 80s. The boys series began in the 70s as Oak Ridge prepares to work the ball in. Hope's got to do it soon. Now she does, and it comes to Cannon, top of the circle. Almost walk. Backs it over to Kamari. Thought about driving in, thought about shooting three. Now will drive past her defender all the way to the right block. Shot is up, no good. Should be a blocking foul called against the Lady Raiders, and that'll send Kamari Mitchell-Steen to the free throw line, where this season she is a 58% free throw shooter. In her career, she has hit over 300 free throws, 6 on the all-time list shooting free throw. She goes to the line here with 2 shots, the first of which is up, no good. All right, we'll have another one here. Lady Wildcats down 5, 4.5 minutes to play first quarter, 9-4 the score. And her second attempt is up, and it's good. 9-5 our score. Down the floor will come the ball knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. It'll be Cleveland basketball side court. 4:25 to play. The basketball will come to Lady Raiders. Moving the ball to the left side. Then you come to the third player. Brings the ball way down. No good. Down to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. The Wildcats didn't have great positioning, but luckily Kamari, who's also a rebounding machine this year, Cannon drives right, goes inside. Emily Liz, shot it up. Emily has her first 2 points.
What a nice feed that time by Cannon Green, David. Really set up well.
2-point game here. Once again, here comes Blair, working the ball to the right, straight down the middle of the floor, reach and foul. They don't call it foul, but she scores. Gotta slow her down a little bit, and it's now 11-7. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Cannon in the right corner. Cannon Green finds Samaj free, wide open three. Boy, they need it. No good. Rebound to Cannon Green. Lady Wildcats down 11-7. 3:33 to play in the first period. The court backs it up. Here he goes to Samaj, back to Hope in the corner. To Cannon, top of the circle. Lady Wildcats still kind of work the left side. Now Hope drives in. Nice pass inside to Emily Lindsay. Tracy Heron didn't get the start tonight. Emily Lindsay did, and she's played well so far for the Lady Wildcats as Lauren Hart comes in for the first time tonight. And Lady Wildcats will get the ball underneath the goal. 3:19 to play in the first period. 11-7 our score. We're on YouTube. The Lady Wildcats prepare to work the ball in. Hope looks again. Cannon Green, top of the circle. Gives it up to Lauren. Lauren Hart dribbles in, penetrates free throw line, throws it over to Holt. Hope drives left, gives it out to Samaj. Thought about driving, thought about shooting. Will drive,
Nice.
right block, goes in for the shot. Good. Nice drive here, and it's now 11-9. Samaj Clark and the Wildcats steal the inbounds, and they tie the ball game. Gets the steal on the inbounds, and it's 11-11. So the Lady Wildcats right back in the ball game, Mark.
Great defense played by the Lady Wildcats as number 4 for Cleveland takes another three. Missed, rebounded by Kamari Mitchell-Steen.
Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor running. Samaj dribbles in, gives it into a cutting Hope. Holt drives in, missed the layup, though. Just had a wide open look at it, just couldn't get it to go. Here comes the Lady Raiders down the floor. Blue Raiders and Wildcats tied at 11. 2.5 minutes to play in the first period. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Momentarily picked up on the floor. It's going to be well, they call it a jump ball. It's kind of a quick whistle there. It'll be Cleveland basketball. I think he anticipated it to be more of a scrum, but the Cleveland girl just kind of ripped it away quicker. But he did call the jump ball, and they get the basketball side court. They'll substitute into the ball game Katie Moore, a junior player, into the ball game. Young lady checks out for the Lady Raiders. Oak Ridge and Cleveland tied at 11. 2:25 to play in the first period. Mariah Person with the basketball, holds it, gives it off to Blair, comes out to the top of the circle, out to Williams. Williams works the ball left corner. They're going to drive in, and nearly a steal there by Oak Ridge's Hart. Saved on the floor. Now they launch a long three, and guess what we just did? I think we just fouled that young lady in the act of shooting a three-point shot. Hope Holt did, and that's going to give Mariah Person 3 shots. That is a deadly sin right there. Just can't do it.
Yeah, she's 1 for 3 from the line. That's number 4 Person. That's her first free throw is up and good.
She'll have 2 more here. 12-11 our score, 2:08 to play first period here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats and Lady Raiders from Cleveland High School. Second toss, good. Lady Wildcats watching them substitute. Looks like Paige Moody is in the ball game. They had to play last night, so hopefully fatigue might be a factor. They had to play Ultawal last night. It wasn't much of a ball game. Both tosses. And that's foul there by the Lady Wildcats, and it's a 3-point game. They got Hope down the floor, and the Lady Wildcats setting it up against the zone. Here goes to Samaj to Hope. Thought about a 3. Ball along the baseline. Over goes to Hope. Lady Wildcats cross, but with a high pass saved by Kamari. Kamari Mitchell-Steen wants to tie it. Missed it. Rebound to Samaj Clark. Lady Wildcats. Samaj with a basketball. Dribbles to the top. We'll see if she goes all the way through. She is. The shot is up. No good. Tipped and rebounded by Cleveland. Pulled down by Mariah Person. The Wildcats need to get back on defense. Need to stop on defense. Here he goes, top of the circle. 14-11 the score. They've got a wide open 3 left corner. It is no good. An air ball, in fact. Saved by Cleveland. And then a big battle for it. Loose on the floor. There's a jump ball. This time the alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the basketball. Minute 23 to play first. 15-11. Here comes Gracie Heron into the ball game for the first time tonight. Wildcats substitute Cannon Green out of the ball game. So Oak Ridge playing with Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Hope Holt, along with Gracie Heron, Lauren Hart, and Samaj Clark. Kamari with it, top of the circle, penetrates, drives, takes it to the hole, missed it. Gracie takes the rebound, kicks the ball back out once again to Hart. Lauren works the ball right. Got to get Kamari long-range shots in. Here comes Oak Ridge basketball. Hope in the right corner. No place to go. She's in a lot of trouble. She's about to throw the ball away. She gets it into Kamari, though. Panic and just throw it right to the Lady Raider, but Kamari was there and waiting, and the Lady Wildcats are down by one. Here comes the Lady Raiders outside the line, the three-point line. 1-point game, 14-13 the score, 44 seconds to play in the third period. Blair has not been a factor in this one so far for the Lady Raiders. I mentioned they played Oolawall last night. They had a long road trip up from Cleveland. Maybe eventually that'll pay some dividends, as there's a reach-in foul against either Oak Ridge's Kamari or against Lauren Hart.
They'll call it on Kamari, David. That'll be her second. So Kamari with 2 fouls and Cleveland's Blair with 2 fouls. Blair's on the bench for the Lady Blue Raiders.
Here they come. They work the ball in. We're down to 30 seconds to play here. 14-13 the score. I mean, here's a terrible pass. Intercepted by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats should take the lead. If the layup goes in, it does not. Rebounded by Cleveland. They have the numbers down the floor. They'll work the ball underneath the goal for the shot. Good. On the from Oak Ridge, here come the Lady Wildcats. Samaj missed an easy one. Here it goes to Hope. Lady Wildcats find Hart in the right corner. Back to Hope. Holt, she dribbles out, pulls up, wants to shoot, doesn't shoot. No good. As the first quarter comes to a close. 16-13 our score. Lady Wildcats trail Cleveland. Much better than it was down in Cleveland, Mark. We were down 15-4 after one. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena here. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank, Ortho, Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. That's our sponsors for our live stream tonight on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. Lady Wildcats down 3, 16-13. They trailed 6-0 at one point in the ball game. Lady Wildcats tied the ball game at 11. Oak Ridge has never led in the ball game. Lady Wildcats playing with Gracie Heron, Samaj Clark, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Hope Holt. They have in the basketball Person guarded by Hope, works the ball around to the right, dribbles to the top of the circle. Once again, it goes to Person. Backing it up, 3-point Cleveland lead here, 7:37 to play in the second quarter. Cleveland basketball, Lady Wildcats and Lady Raiders. Lady Wildcats lead the all-time series, and it really isn't very close, but as the last several years, Cleveland's really played Oak Ridge very tough. The Wildcats have Lauren Hart in the ball game. Cleveland with Person just inside the arc, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Gracie. The Wildcat basketball, and there's a foul. Kamari's going to be fouled by the Lady Raiders with 7:14 to play. And it'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. So foul trouble for both of the superstars in this ball game, Mark.
Yeah, it's surprising to see, as I said, Blair on the bench, and she continues to be on the bench.
You might remember Blair, Mark, from the state tournament 2 years ago when the Lady Wildcats played Bradley. She was playing for the Bradley Bears, so she moved over to the rival team. The Wildcats turned the ball over. That's going to lead out to a layup here. Here it is. Good. They'll turn the ball over at the top here and going to get burned. It's now 18-13. Down the floor, the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Samaj Clark for three. Boy, they need somebody to knock it down, and they do. Samaj hit the shot. That's a big one. The Wildcats. Oak Ridge needed somebody to connect from the outside. Blair played for Bradley. Can you imagine moving from Bradley to Cleveland, your big rival?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be like going from Robertsville to Jefferson.
Or from Oak Ridge to Clinton, which we see a lot, but it doesn't seem to work out too well as their travel is going to be called against the Lady Raiders. Doesn't kind of work out for those players that have transferred from Oak Ridge to Clinton over the last several years on the boys and the girls side of things. But that's another story for another day, Mark. 6:20 to play in the second quarter, 18-16 the score. I was kind of looking at the district standings and kind of mapping out where I think the district tournament brackets how they'll line up, and we'll go through that at some point today. Of course, a lot of games to be played. Central still has several district games to play, so we're a long ways from getting the definitive bracket. As Kamari Mitchell-Steen for three, no good. Gracie, a big rebound, goes back up with a shot. She's fouled. I think Droke's going to be the one who's going to foul her, Brenna Droke. And they'll send Gracie Heron to the free throw line. Gracie on the year is a 70% free throw shooter. I have two shots here, the first of which is up, and it's no good. Rushed it. Kind of a flat trajectory on it as Blair comes back in the ball game. Chestnut will check back in as well. They'll get Addison Hurst out of the ball game along with Mariah Person. Gracie Heron back to the free throw line. Second toss. A little bit more time this time, and she knocks it down. 18-17 the score. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. 5:55 to play, second period. Their basketball. Top of the circle. Here goes Williams. Works the ball to her right. Back to Blair. Looks to the top to Alexa Jackson, the ball game. Jackson makes the catch. Works the ball to the right. Outside to Blair. No place to go. Around the perimeter. They shoot a three. No good. Off the top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 5:37 to play, second quarter. Lady Wildcats down by a point. 18-17. Oak Ridge has never led in the ball game. They fell behind 6-0. It was tied 11-11. They have a one-point game right now. Kamari Mitchell-Steen dribbles in. Cannot penetrate the paint, but works the ball to the top. There's Hope. Had a three, didn't shoot it. Cannon Green drives left. Back he goes once again to Samaj. Samaj at the free throw line. Stops, pulls up, shoots. Good! Wildcats have their first lead of the night. 19-18 the score. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. 5:05 to play in the second period. Samaj heating up here, Mark.
Yeah, it's a very patient play by her, David. Oh, Cleveland does a nice backdoor play there. Shot no good. That should be over the back by number 21.
And indeed, the foul is going to be called against Jaden Chestnut. And she cracks the lineup, but there'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming down the floor. Here it goes once again to Hope Holt. Lady Wildcats up by one, 19-18. Hope with the basketball, needs help, gives it over to the right side of Samaj Clark. To Kamari, penetrates, drives, right block shot, good. Off the glass goes Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and the Lady Wildcats have a 21-18 lead. 4 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the second period. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Lady Raider basketball. Lady Wildcats in their zone. Here's Blair, picked up by Hope. Drives right, continues to drive, cut off there by Cannon Green. Comes back to the left side. Looks like she wants to go back to right. She only goes right. She will not go left, Mark. She just almost refuses to go left. If you can keep her from going to her right, then you can slow her down. As the Lady Raiders have the basketball, cross-court pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Hope Holt with the basketball. Got to be careful with it. Don't push it too fast as they work over to Gracie. To Kamari for three. It's off the mark. No good. And then the ball's loose on the floor, picked up by Gracie. Gracie to Kamari. Kamari drives, right block. She's fouled. And that'll send Kamari Mitchell-Steen to the free throw line. 3:48 to play in the second quarter, and Oak Ridge will go to the line leading 21-18. It'll be Kamari at the line, Mark.
To the line, as you said, Kamari Mitchell-Steen. She has 7 points, David. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line as the Lady Wildcats lead 21-18. Kamari's first free throw up, no good, with 3:48 remaining in the first half.
Their free throws have been a little short. That's what I'm talking about, leg worry. Luckily, the Lady Wildcats will have a full week off before their first ball game in the district tournament. Hopefully, Coach Taylor and the staff can give them a little break. Second toss is good. Lady Wildcats by 4, 22-18. They'll substitute once again. 3:48 to play first half. The boys' game will follow. Oak Ridge had a 1-point lead. Boys' game should be fun to watch here. The girls' game has been fun to watch so far, but the boys' game should be a great affair coming up. They don't have a lot of size, which is kind of something the Wildcats do have, but they do have a lot of great shooters. Their basketball, Blair with it, cut off, wants to go right. Doesn't want to ever go left. They kick it out for a three, and it's good. They almost fouled in the act of shooting, and now it's 22-21. The Lady Wildcats are still up by one. Oak Ridge with the basketball. Samaj launches a three. It's good. Samaj Clark knocks it down. She answers big time, and it's now 25-21. Back to a 4-point game. 3:07 to play, second quarter. Boy, this one's fun here, Mark.
It is. Samaj Clark, perfect in the second quarter.
Here comes a shot off the glass. Good. Little bounce pass down low, and it's now 23-25. Wildcats on top by 2. 2:53 to play. Not a whole lot of defenses. Kamari drives in. Her floater is no good. Rebound, Cleveland. Their basketball. Kamari's shots falling just a little bit short. Kamari came in with 1,774 career points. Their basketball. Blair with it right side. They shoot a three. And the lead, good. So just like that, Oak Ridge's lead is gone. And the Lady Raiders lead 26-25. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Samaj came ready to play. Here comes a trap about to be set. Here comes Cannon. She's trapped. Throws the ball to Hope. Inside to Emily. Emily's shot is no good. And a foul is going to be called underneath the goal. And that's going to send Emily Lindsay, who got her first start today, to the free throw line. Emily has not been to the line much at all. She should have 2 shots here. Emily, on the year for the Lady Wildcats, so she'll have 2 shots here. Go to the free throw line. Here's her first one. It's up, and it is no good. Emily is 1 of 4 from the line for the entire season, and she missed that shot. This one can tie it, though. 26-25 the score, 2:18 to play. Sophomore puts it up there. Much better. Good. 26-26 to score. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Lady Raider basketball. Bounce pass right side. The Wildcats extend that zone just a bit. 2:12 to play here in the second period. Outside the three-point line, they work the ball to Chestnut. Chestnut dribbles right. Thought about shooting, looks down low, fires it across the way. Here they go, top of the circle, wide open. Left her person. They missed a shot, though. Rebound to Cleveland. Back up. Foul called against Emily Lindsay. Minute 55 to play. The Lady Wildcats left the young lady wide open, but she missed the shot, but then they got an easy drive, and they'll have to earn it at the free throw line. 1:55 to play second quarter, 26-26 the score. Cleveland to the free throw line.
Emily Lindsay picked up her second foul. David, is the first free throw by number 15. Jackson is no good.
Alexa Jackson is a senior player for them. Gracie Herron in the ball game. Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Samaj Clark, Hope Holt. Jackson back to the free throw line. Second toss. Good. 27-26. Cleveland on top here with a minute 55 to play in the second quarter as we play the final regular season home game here at the Wildcat Arena. Normally this would have been senior night, but they were kind of concerned about, whether they'd get to play all but the district games. As Kamari goes in for the shot, it's off the glass, no good. The rebound, Cannon. Cannon Green with it. Kamari really struggling here. Samaj didn't. She launches another three, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She knocks it down. Kamari is struggling, but thank goodness, Mark, Samaj Clark has shown up tonight.
Yeah, she's 3 of 3 from three-point land in the second quarter, David. 3 of 5 overall.
9 career threes now for Samaj Clark. A minute 22 to play. They'll drive in, cut off, out to the top it goes. Over goes Person. Person backs it up, way back to the midcourt circle. 29-27, Oak Ridge by 2, and what has been an exciting ball game here at the Wildcat Arena. Cleveland drives, free throw line jumper is in and out, no good. Good rebound, Oak Ridge. Pulled down by the Lady Wildcats, pushing it up the floor to Hope Holt. Inside of Kamari, off the glass shot, good! Kamari Mitchell-Steen knocks it down, and the Lady Wildcats are back up by 4. 31-27 the score, 52 seconds to play. A really, really fine fast break for the Lady Wildcats. A great rebound on one end, and then a great feed and a great finish by Kamari. They launch a three. It's on its way, clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Hope Holt. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Hope, free throw line, dribbles, kicks the ball back out right side to Samaj Clark. Got a screen, got a drive, gives it into Gracie. Baseline jumper, good! Gracie Herron knocks it down, and it's 33-27. The Lady Wildcats with their biggest lead at 6. 22 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Lady Raider basketball. Addison Hurst, the sophomore, dribbles to her left, right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Works around a screen. A reach in. Here's a steal. Reach in and a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to whom? To the Lady Wildcats, dressed in cardinal and gray. 9.2 seconds to play in the second quarter. 33-27 the score. The Lady Wildcats will play for the final shot here in the first half. Here they come down the floor. Hope Holt for the basketball. She can drive all the way if she wants. She works the ball inside. Gracie Heron makes it on the right block and throws the ball away. I thought maybe Hope should have just fired it up there. They gave her the shot. Then Gracie came flashing free for a moment. The pass was just a little bit low, and it's knocked away. And the two teams head to intermission with the Lady Wildcats on top 33-27. Oak Ridge started out the ball game trailing 6-0, and eventually were able to tie it at the 2:08 mark of the first quarter at 11-11. But the Lady Raiders made several big plays and took the lead after one quarter. But then Lady Wildcats kind of got their legs, in particular because of Samaj Clark's shooting. And Mark, Lady Wildcats have the lead. As I see, we're about to have a presentation down on the floor, and it looks like Jeremy Miller will be presented the basketball for his 1,000th point. Mark?
Yeah, great opportunity to celebrate what Jeremy has done in his career. 1,000 points. As you talked to Coach Green about that, I think it was after the Carnes game. He said, what an elite club that is for Jeremy now to be in. It looks like they're also going to be honoring the color guard tonight, David.
That's always good. Just kind of a new thing that came to Oak Ridge High School a little less than 10 years ago, but they have made a really nice impact at the ball games and just in the community as well. So Jeremy Miller, if you're watching the live stream, he's a senior player, over 1,000 points in his career, and he's receiving his 1,000 point ball encased in a square glass box. 33-27 our score. Our sponsors for our ball game today: Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. We're going to go down to the floor here for a second. We'll continue to listen to the PA announcer as we have the ROTC presentation, but I'm going to shut up for a moment.
ROTC Senior Night 2021 at Oak Ridge High School. Tonight, we would like to recognize the senior members of the Oak Ridge High School NJROTC Wildcat Company. Please direct your attention to the court, where Commander Pete Lim and Chief Ryan Nichols, Oak Ridge High School Naval Science instructors, and Dr. Garfield Adams, Oak Ridge High School principal. We welcome our senior cadets and their guests. Cadet Lieutenant Commander Ryan Register is the son of Randy Register and Michelle and Earl Keeper. Ryan is a 4-year cadet. Cadet Lieutenant Commander Jared Julian is the son of George and Dennis Julian. Jared is a 4-year cadet and has enlisted in the U.S. Navy. Cadet Lieutenant Lindsay Ripley. She is the daughter of Karen and Linda Ripley. Lindsay is a 4-year cadet. Vincent Elizabeth O'Toole. She is the daughter of Spencer O'Toole, granddaughter of Beth Lutz. Elizabeth is a 3-year cadet. Cadet Senior Chief Jacob Nussbaum. He is the son of Jason and Randy Nussbaum. Jacob is a 4-year cadet. We would like to say thank you to these Wildcats for their participation in ROTC at Oak Ridge High School. Congratulations to these senior cadets and their families.
Senior night for the ROTC cadets here at the Wildcat Arena. Halftime of the girls' game, the Lady Wildcats on top by a score of 33-27. Mark, you've got the first half statistics.
Thank you very much, David. Oak Ridge led in scoring by Samaj Clark. She has 15 points in the first half, David. She's 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from two-point land, and 3 of 5 from beyond the three-point line. Also in double figures is Kamari Mitchell-Steen. She has 10. She's 4 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Gracie Heron has added 3 points off the bench, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also with 3 points, Emily Lindsay, who got the start tonight, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Hope Holt rounds out the scoring for the Lady Wildcats. She has 2 points. She's 1 of 3 from the field. As a team, the Lady Wildcats were 13 of 32 from the field, 10 of 22 from two-point land, 3 of 10 from beyond the three-point line, and 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. Now looking at the Lady Blue Raiders of Cleveland, they're led in scoring by 2 individuals who have 9 points. One of them is Jaden Chestnut. She has 9 points, as I said, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Mariah Person, also with 3 points. She's 2 of 7 from the field, both of those from beyond the three-point line, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. With, 2 points is Addison Hurst, 1 of 1 from the field. Also with 2 points is Malaya Williams. She's 1 of 2 from the field. Brenna Droke, also with 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field. And Jamarin Blair has 2 points. Please tell me if I'm mispronouncing that, her first name, David. I'm sure I am. 1 of 2 from the field. And then 1 point added by Alexia Jackson. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, the Lady Blue Raiders are 9 of 18 from the field, 6 of 10 of those from two-point land, 3 of 8 from beyond the three-point line, and there are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter, 16-13, and then outscore the Lady Blue Raiders, almost doubling their score in the second quarter, outscoring them 20-11. So a very important quarter for the Lady Wildcats, as I said, outscoring the Blue Raiders 20-11 to take a 33-27 lead at the half. David?
Mark, I was looking at the district, and I was thinking of who might perhaps be the Lady Wildcats and the guys' first round opponent. Like I said, there's so many variables here. Central has several games to be played, and there's a lot of big games going on tonight to close out the schedule. But I think who's going to end up being in our bracket is Anderson County, Clinton, and Campbell County. I think will probably play. I think Anderson County will probably get beaten by Clinton in the first round, so it'll come up to the winner of the Campbell County-Clinton ball game to decide who the Lady Wildcats will play in their first ball game, which I believe will be on February the 1st at 7 o'clock here at the Wildcat Arena. On the boys' side of things, I think Powell and Carnes will play in the first round ball game, and the winner of that game will take on Campbell County, the fourth place team, and the winner of either Powell, Carnes, or Campbell County will play Oak Ridge in the semifinals February 21st here at the Wildcat Arena at 7 o'clock. But, of course, like I said, there's a lot of basketball to be played, but could be interesting to see Campbell County so quickly. Could be interesting to see the Lady Dragons once again so quickly.
Yeah, it would be. As we saw, David, when we played the Lady Dragons, they play hard. They do not give up. They do not quit. I think they enjoy playing the Lady Wildcats. They were anticipating beating the Lady Wildcats this year. Fortunately for the Lady Wildcats, they've been able to hold them off. But you're going to get the best out of the Lady Dragons when they play you because of the cross-county rivalry.
33-27 is our score. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. Lady Wildcats on top by 6. We'll take one more break. Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group on our live stream at prepradio.com and Channel 15. We'll be back with the second half in a moment. David Clary, Mark and Shauna Hayes back here along with Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Lady Wildcats and the Lady Raiders of Cleveland about to get set here once again from the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats trying to get revenge on the Lady Raiders who beat them down in Cleveland. It'll be Cleveland basketball as we start play here in the second half. Lady Wildcats come out with Cannon Green, Hope Holt, Kamari Mitchelstein, along with Emily Lindsay and Samaj Clark, the original starting 5. And we are underway once again here from the Wildcat Arena with the basketball. Alexa Jackson works the ball, and the ball's knocked out by, they say, Samaj Clark off the body of one of the Lady Raiders. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. So good play by Samaj and a good defensive start for the Lady Wildcats. 33-27 the score. We do have crowd here as the Lady Wildcats work the ball. Outside it goes. Samaj Clark over to Kamari. Kamari dribbles in, penetrates, throws one off the glass. No good. Too strong. No good. Rebounded by Cleveland. Just way too hard off the glass. Here comes Blair down the floor. She pulls up, shoots, clang off the iron. No good. Cannon on the rebound. That's Cannon Green, the daughter of the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Samaj, who's had a very, very fine ball game to this point, sets it up to Hope Holt, left extension of the free throw line. Back to Kamari. They shoot a 3, top of the key. Oh, man, in and out. Kamari just can't get that shot to fall. Here comes Cleveland down the floor once again. Lady Wildcats in a 6-point game, leading 33-27. 7 minutes to play here in the third period. Cleveland with the basketball outside the line, near walk there in the left corner. They work it over to Blair. Blair swings the ball back to the left. Now they drive the baseline. Good drive, but they cannot shoot. Blair's free for a 3. It's on its way. No good. Sitting on the bench kind of made her a little stale, I believe. And the Lady Wildcats have the rebound with Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Lady Wildcats, Kamari off the glass shot. Good! And she's fouled. Blocking foul is going to be called against number 21, I believe, Jayden Chestnut. And Kamari Mitchell-Steen gives Oak Ridge an 8-point lead.
For Chestnut, David, that'll be her third foul. Is Kamari Mitchell-Steen now with 12 points going to the line, where she's 2 of 5, or 2 of 4 rather, from the line tonight.
58% free throw shooter on the year. Her toss is up there. Good. Lady Wildcats with the biggest lead for either team tonight, 9 points. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead. That has been their biggest lead tonight. Lady Wildcats up 36-27. Cleveland with the basketball. And, you know, Mark, Oak Ridge playing much better than they did on Saturday. Of course, one of the differences, obviously, Cleveland doesn't have just the length and the size that Catholic had on Saturday.
No, and honestly, I haven't paid attention, David. I'll have to look to see if Cleveland's in a 2-3 zone, you know, that the Lady Wildcats don't enjoy.
Yeah, they definitely don't enjoy playing against a 2-3 as they throw the ball away. Oak Ridge will get it. They tried to penetrate. It looks like Cleveland a little bit uncomfortable in Oak Ridge's zone as they tried to penetrate, and that's what you want to do. If you can't drive all the way through, you penetrate, kick the ball back out, but that kick out was way high, and here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge with Samaj Clark outside the three-point line, thought about going inside, could not. Backs it over to Kamari. Right side, Cannon Green. Green picked up defensively by Chestnut. Back to Kamari. She's going to drive to the baseline, cannot shoot. Slings the ball back to Green. Around it goes Samaj. Against the zone. It is a 2-3 zone. They work the ball. They got to get rid of it soon. Samaj picked it up on the floor, gives it over to Hope Holt. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Cannon Green dribbles, drives, will not shoot from there because she's cut off there by Chestnut. Backs it up on the right corner. A lot more aggressive as the Lady Wildcats get Samaj her 4th 3 of the night, and she knocks it down. 3-point shot for Samaj Clark, and the Lady Wildcats are up by 12, and Samaj having herself a ball game. And then on the other end, they score. But Samaj Clark, boy, she's feeling it from 3-point range.
She has, David. She's hit her last 4 in a row as they hit a 3, and a nice turnover gotten by, let's see, Kamari Mississippi, who drives in and gets fouled.
Fouled by Brenna Droke, the senior player. Seems like Brenna Droke has played for Cleveland for 15 years. I think I've called that name forever. It'll be the Lady Wildcats with the basketball, up by 10, 39-29, 5:08 to play third period. Oak Ridge ball. In it comes Kamari, left corner. Lady Wildcats right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Kamari splits the defense, turning, spinning. What a drive. What a shot. 2 more points for Kamari Mitchell-Steen. And the Lady Wildcats lead 41-29. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Blair with the basketball. Backs it up once again. Dribbling with it will come Mariah Person. She works the ball to Droke. Droke to the top. Once again, swings the ball along the baseline. Over it goes to Chestnut. Jaden Chestnut. Inside it goes Blair. Pumps. Shoots. No good. Emily Lindsay with the basketball on the rebound. Here it goes to Hope. To Kamari. Kamari dribbles. She drives. She goes to the left block, and they're going to call a charge, and probably so because Droke had kind of set up for a while. She kind of twisted her body a little bit, but I think probably as big as Droke is, I think Kamari probably should have just kicked the ball back out.
Yeah, I think she was a little bit too aggressive trying to get in there to make another, three-footer. But, can't blame Kamari. I mean, that's how she gets a lot of her points.
And that's her third personal foul, though, so that's a big one. As they set up for a 3, it's on its way. Good. 3-point shot by Mariah Person. That led them back in the ballgame. It's a 9-point Lady Wildcat lead. 41-32 the score. Down the floor will come the Lady Wildcats. Kamari, left elbow shot, no good. Hits the rim and goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Cleveland. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. I kind of like this rivalry. I know it's a far road trip, and unfortunately, the games seem to be on Tuesday nights. As Gracie Heron comes back in the ball game, Emily Lindsay comes out. Emily's given Oak Ridge some valuable minutes here tonight, Mark.
She has. I've been impressed with her tonight, David. It looks like she has earned the opportunity to be a starter.
Here comes Oak Ridge with the basketball. Lauren Hart's back in the ball game as well. To Kamari inside Gracie, double teamed, wants to shoot, but they're going to call a travel. Did she ever pick up that pivot foot? I know she rocked a little bit, but they call it travel. And with 3:50 to play in the third period, it's 41-32, a 9-point game. Got to guard the 3-point shooters. Here comes Blair. Blair dribbles around a screen. Good defense by Oak Ridge. They work the ball to a 3-point shooter. They drive in. Gracie blocks the shot, and they call a foul against Gracie Heron. Got her hands up, got a little bit too much of the wrist there, and that'll send Cleveland to the free throw line. What I was going to say here, it seems like all the games that we play against them are on weeknights, on Tuesday nights, and that's kind of a lot of driving on a school night. But I like the rivalry, and I hope they continue to keep playing them as the free throw is up, and it's good by Mariah Person.
Yeah, I like the rivalry too, David. I think anytime that you can, play good competition as rivalry, just like Oak Ridge playing Dobbins-Bennett in football. I mean, it's a long way, but it's a great competition.
41-34. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Gracie backdoor to Kamari. Kamari's layup shot is blocked away by Cleveland. Pretty good ball movement that time. Pretty good recovery by Cleveland to block the shot. Oak Ridge's lead is 7, 41-34. It was 12. Oak Ridge ball. Samaj Clark along the baseline. Drives in. Nice move, but falls down. Might need to call a timeout right here. And they did. Timeout for the Lady Wildcats to save possession. 3:22 to play. The boys' game will follow here. The Wildcats winning the boys' game down in Cleveland on January the 16th on a last possession drive, full length of the floor by Jeremy Miller, who took it all the way in for a bucket. And Wildcats won by 1 point down there. Last year, you might remember, Cleveland swept Oak Ridge. They beat us down there. They beat us up here. That Cleveland team went 33-1 last year. The only loss was to Bradley Central. Like Oak Ridge, they won their sub-state ball game, and unfortunately, because of COVID, couldn't go to the state tournament. 33-1. That Cleveland team. How heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking enough for us, but for them to go 33-1 and not get to go to the state, heartbreaking for Cleveland last year.
Yeah, I'd say that, there's probably a good at least 8 teams, David, that got their heart broken last year by not being able to make it to the state tournament.
Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Kamari's got it, top of the circle, double team, works the ball to Lauren Hart. Back to Kamari. Kamari dribbles in, penetrates, throws the ball off the fingertips of one of the Lady Raiders out of bounds. I think she was trying to catch Gracie coming along the baseline, but I don't think that was almost an impossible pass there as Hope tries to work it in. Does now, and it comes to Kamari, top of the circle against their zone. Thought about launching a three, will not. Spins, goes in the paint, goes in for the shot, no good. Gracie, a big rebound, kicks the ball back out. Lauren Hart with it. Lady Wildcat basketball up by 41-34 score. Here's Oak Ridge inside. Gracie, left-handed, got to finish, and Lady Wildcats get the rebound up. Good. Great little finish, I believe, by Samaj Clark, Mark.
Yeah, it was, David. She now with 20 points. She's made her last, 6 buckets.
And on the other end, Lady Wildcats have a little breakdown on defense, and it's 43-36. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Quickly goes to Samaj inside to Hope, to Gracie. Forced it in there. Ball's loose on the floor. Hope comes out of there, gives it back to Samaj, and Samaj is tied up.
Oak Ridge ball.
2:26 to play in the third quarter. 43-26 the score. Oak Ridge will substitute. Looks like Samaj needs a break. Nope, she's going to stay in the ballgame. I think she wanted a break, but she's going to have to stay in the ballgame. It's going to be Gracie who comes out of the game. Oak Ridge leads 43-36, 2:26 to play in the third period. Good basketball game here from the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge with it to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Dribbles right past Jackson, drives in the paint, goes in for the layup. No good. Thought there was contact there, no foul. They've got an opportunity for a run out here. They're going to kick the ball back out, drive in, work the ball down low. Nearly a walk, and indeed a travel is going to be called against Jaden Chestnut. Good opportunity there for Cleveland, and you can tell by the reaction of their head coach down there, he was not too happy at all with that.
No, he seems like a very fiery coach, David. He definitely looks like he played basketball. He's tall and thin.
Yeah, he's one of Coach Norris's best buddies, Coach Ricky Norris's best friends. I think they played ball together back in the day. As Oak Ridge has the basketball. 43-36 the score. I had a kind of a long talk with him down in Cleveland. It was all about Ricky. Here comes Kamari driving in, lost the dribble on the ball. Kamari just struggling a bit for Kamari. I mean, that's as they work the ball in for an easy one. Good. Just another turnover there, and just like that, we got a 5-point game. It was 12. On the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Hope works the ball right side. Lady Wildcats having trouble. Cannon takes a shot up. No good. Great box out there by Cleveland. I think the Lady Wildcats need a timeout, Mark. I think they've just kind of taken the pitch for pass here, and now Cleveland's going to call a timeout. Oak Ridge just did not look comfortable at all the last 3 possessions handling the basketball, and we've got a 3-point game. Let's take it with them. Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utilities District, and Mortgage Investors Group. 1 minute 20 to play in the third quarter. We'll take back in a moment. We're back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. Lady Wildcats on top, 43-40. It was a 12-point lead, though, for the Lady Wildcats. If you look back at it, the Lady Wildcats have seen them slowly inch back in the ballgame. Oak Ridge's biggest lead was 39-27. It has been Cleveland since that time. Here they come down the floor, the Lady Wildcats. Their defense is spread once again, still a zone. Lady Wildcats turn the ball over. Just not a good pass. And they get a layup in a 1-point game. Wildcats, just a bad pass. A Hope gave the ball to Lauren. She was 2 feet from her, just threw it at her feet, and the Lady Wildcats lead is only 1, 43-40. Ball handling mistakes from Oak Ridge. You got to get it in your best ball handler's hands right now, and Hope normally is that, but she has struggled a bit tonight as Oak Ridge works the ball. Hope works the ball to Gracie. Gracie top of the circle, 1-point game. It was a 12-point Oak Ridge lead. Cannon Green about to be trapped, works the ball to Hart. Over it goes to Hope. Hope dribbles in. Back to Hart it goes. Lauren looks backdoor to Gracie. Can't get the ball to her. Backdoor goes to Cannon. Cannon inside to Gracie. That's some great ball movement. Good. Great play that time by Oak Ridge.
Well played, David. Nice penetration by Cannon Green, who just dished it off to Gracie Heron. And coming away, there'll be a foul.
Personal foul called against Oak Ridge with 20 seconds to play in the third period. Oak Ridge by 3, 45-42. Two pretty well-balanced teams, to be honest with you. I'm sure Blair's going to want to try to take this one herself here. Picked up by Lauren Hart, top of the circle, a little bit too aggressive. Lady Wildcats have got to stay on her. She works the ball to her right, comes back to her left. She does not ever want to go left. Got to remember that as they work the ball for a 3. No good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. And then the Lady Wildcats down the floor as the third quarter comes to a close. So we played 3 quarters of basketball here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge on top of Cleveland, 45-42. We'll be back in a moment. Back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. The Lady Wildcats in a 45-42 ball game here. 7:54 to play. Oak Ridge in the lead. Fourth and final quarter just underway. They spread the floor just a bit. They thought about shooting a 3. Out to the top it goes to Jackson. Jackson to Blair. Looks to her right. Back to her left with a pass. Out it goes to Person. Person works the ball. Looks down low. Works the ball inside the left extension of the free throw line. The Wildcat defense on Blair has been so much better here tonight. She cannot penetrate. Back he goes to Person. Back to Blair. Blair now penetrates in. Kicks the ball along the baseline. Ball is deflected, taken away by Cleveland. Shot is blocked. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Then a whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called, I believe, against Cleveland. Wildcats got a block shot there by Gracie, and Kamari, I think, was around there as well. Very fortunate that Kamari didn't pick up a fourth foul because he was very physical, Mark.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fortunate that Gracie didn't pick one up either. I mean, she could have easily gotten one down on the baseline when she cut off the baseline on that initial drive by Cleveland.
Cannon Green drives the baseline, throws the ball away. Penetrated deep like we want her to do, but she's got to either not panic and throw the ball away, and that's exactly what she did. She just got down there, was too many people around her, and the sophomore in her, she makes a mistake, and she just heaved it out of there in the blue shirts, and you just can't do that. If you're going to penetrate like that, you either have to plant your feet and wait for your teammates to come get you, or just not panic, and that's what she did. Free throw by Cleveland up, good.
That's Addison Hurst, David. She now has 7 points in the ballgame, which is 1 of 1 from the free throw line.
7 minutes to play here, 7:03 to play. Second toss, good. Wildcats again a 12-point lead here. Big and too long here. The Wildcats down the floor. Samaj Clark with it. Here it goes to Cannon. Top of the circle. Dribbles in. Comes back to the right, comes to the left, puts it over to Hope. Hope dribbles in, puts the ball back out to Green. Cannon left side goes to Kamari. Kamari penetrates right, gives it off to Hope, dribbles the paint, drives in, floats one off the glass. Good. And then Lady Wildcat leads 37-44 once again. Down the floor will come the Lady Blue Raiders. Blair with the basketball. Dribbles to her left. Never will go left, Mark. Have you noticed that? Look at her. She will not go left. Here comes a shot from 10. Rolls off. No good. Kamari Mitchell-Steen on the rebound for the Lady Wildcat. Pushing it up the floor. Here's Hope driving. Hope inside. Lost the ball into Samaj Clark. Layup. Good. Samaj foul to be called against the Lady Raiders. It looked like initially, I think they were trying to throw it to Samaj. She had her back turned. Hope got the pass. Missed the shot, but then there was Samaj right there, and the Lady Wildcat lead is back up to 5.
Samaj Clark now with 22 points, David. As I said, has not missed a shot since the first quarter.
And she knocks down that free throw, and the Lady Wildcat lead is back up to 6. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. 6:11 to play in the ball game. Really good game here. This is one of the better games we've had all season long, Mark. From start to finish, two really good teams playing. The competition is excellent. That's why we played these ball games. We've talked about this. As Gracie gets a deflection, almost a steal. Cleveland basketball outside. It goes to Blair. She drives. She stops. Shot is good. She's good. She's on her game. She's really good. But this is why we're playing these ball games right before tournament time. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor once again to Hope Holt. 5:42 to play in the ball game. Here it goes to Samaj. 50-46. Samaj stripped of the ball. Loose on the floor. Tied up. Actually, a timeout asked for by Coach Paige Taylor. Lady Wildcats on top by 4, 50-46 to score, 5:34 to play. Attention coming into this game. And 11 double-doubles this year, 2 triple-doubles. She's also scored over 30 points 5 different times this year, including she had a 39-point game against Barnes. What a phenomenal senior campaign that Samaj Clark is having. Coming into tonight's ball game, Kamari had 549 points this season, 116 steals, 73 assists, and over 200 rebounds. You don't expect, although, as quick as you don't usually expect your guards to be your leading rebounder, but Kamari has almost 100 more rebounds than Gracie Heron, who's a post player. And that just tells you about the quickness of Kamari Mitchell-Steen.
Yeah, and the thing that I noticed, David, is when she gets her rebounds, it's like her arms are so long that her hand is just above everybody else's. I mean, she's not taller than everybody else, but man, her long arms can really get up there and get the ball on the rebound.
5:34 to play. I agree. She reminds me back in the day, as maybe slightly before your time, actually a little past your time, Nancy Smith, who played ball for the Lady Wildcats, was on the first state championship team, the team that went to play for a state championship. She was not on that team, but she's about 5'2", and she was the leading rebounder. So it doesn't matter how tall you are. It just matters that you want the ball, and that's what Nancy does, and that's what Kamari does. Backdoor play to Kamari on the baseline, goes up for the shot. Good. I don't know how in the world she got that to fall, Mark.
I didn't either, David. I was just sitting here smiling and shaking my head because, if you watch that shot, it's hard to believe that actually went in.
And if you watch her all the time, those kind of shots always seem to go in for her. And there's a big three-point shot drilled by Person. Person's having quite a fine game, and it's 52-49 now the score. 5:07 to play in the ball game. Here's Hope dribbling in, working the ball to right side. Here comes Cannon Green to Gracie. Gracie looks back door, backs it up once again. Cannon with it. Left side, stops, gives it over to Samaj. Samaj at the free throw line. Over it goes to Cannon. Cannon dribbles in, works the ball, and throws the ball away. Turnover, layup. Good. On the score, Lady Wildcats. On the other end of the floor, Cannon gets a layup. So Lady Wildcats score quickly and back to a three-point game. Got to play some defense here. Here comes Blair, top of the circle. 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. 54-51 the score. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Cleveland with the basketball. Alexa Jackson works the ball, top of the circle. Got to watch Droke. You got to watch number 4, Mariah Person. She has been deadly from three-point range. How many points does she have to this point? Near steal there by Kamari. Blair almost had her pocket pick. There she is again. She's going to dribble in, right side, shoot. No good. Rebound, jump ball. Kamari ties up the young lady from Cleveland, and the left will get the basketball. How many points and how many threes does Mariah Person have in this one?
She has 19 points, David. She has 4 threes, and she's 5 of 5 from the free throw line.
4 minutes to play in the ball game here. 54-51 the score. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Bridge basketball. Hope about to be trapped. Fires it over to Samaj. Samaj backs it up once again. Lady Wildcats in the lead. 54-51. Exciting ball game here from the Oak Ridge High School Wildcat Arena. Hope in the right corner. Works the ball top of the circle. 3:45 to play. Lady Wildcats are not very good at taking the air out of it, Mark. Lady Wildcats, let's see what they can do here. As Hope drives in, kicks it out. Lauren had a three, won't take it. Cannon dribbles in, don't go too far. Kicks the ball back out once again to Hart. Hart dribbles the ball to the right side. Looks to Kamari. She's got it on the right block. She turns, she spins, she shoots, and she scores. Turnaround jumper by Kamari Mitchelstein. Beautiful shot by Kamari.
Kamari now with 19 points there, but that's a great move. She had two players on her, and it just really didn't matter.
The basketball will come Cleveland right now. Jaden Chestnut drives right. They kick it out for a three. It's on this way. Clang off the iron. No good. Slow it down. Hope Holt has the dribble. Brings the ball across the midcourt line. Finds Cannon Green with the top of the key pass. Where he goes right side is Samaj. Back door wide open. Get that layup. It's blocked. Block shot by Cleveland. Here they come down the floor. They've got some numbers. They'll drive in. Penetrate. Right block shot. No good. Foul called against Oak Ridge. Wow. Big protection on the other end of the floor, but a nice defensive play, stopping what was going to be an easy layup, and now Mariah Person's going to have to earn it at the free throw line. 56-51 Oak Ridge, 2:48 to play, and Person goes to the line. Senior player. This Lady Raider team, her toss is up. Good.
As I said, David, she's been perfect from the free throw line. Now 6 of 6 from the line. She has 20 points in the ball game.
Back to the free throw line she goes. 4-point Lady Wildcat lead. 2:48 to play. Oak Ridge holding on to the lead, trying to split the season series with the Lady Raiders. Toss is good. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Hope Holt with the basketball. As I said, Mark, Oak Ridge does not do good work trying to kind of take the air out of the ball. That's just something they're just not very good at. As Oak Ridge works the ball, Lauren Hart needs help. Got to get rid of the basketball to somebody. Here it goes to Cannon. Lady Wildcats, oh boy, are going to have to call a timeout. They didn't look comfortable at all there. I think they're going to have to get some substitutions back in the ballgame. The Wildcats call a timeout. They were just on the edge of turning the ball back over.
Yeah, I was afraid they were going to go from one trap to another, David. Fortunately, they got a timeout, but you got to be real careful. You know, don't get yourself in a position where you're easily trapped, because the Cleveland defense is really coming out and being aggressive right now, and you know they're going to try to trap you as quickly as they can.
Mark, why don't you run down the team fouls right now?
Kamari Mitchell-Steen from the Wildcats, she has 3. Gracie Herron with 2, Hope Holt with 2, and Emily Lindsay with 2 as well. For Cleveland, Mariah Person has 3. Jaden Chestnut with 3 as well. Blair has 2. Droke has 2. And Hurst has 2 as well.
And what are the team fouls?
Team fouls, Oak Ridge with 5. Let's see, Cleveland has 4.
So a little ways away from the one in the bonus here as Oak Ridge will try to work the ball in. Hope works it into Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Dribbles, trapped at the midcourt line. Nearly fouled, almost picked up an offensive foul. Backdoor play, Hope Holt, layup, good. The whole defense came up on Kamari, and Hope was wide open. Great play, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Oak Ridge slowing the ball down. I kind of like for them to be intentional right now. I mean, don't take any risky shots, and that was just a great play by the Wildcats.
Cleveland basketball, 2 minutes and 2 seconds to play. Outside the three-point line, Oak Ridge by 5. 58-53 the score, under 2 minutes to play. Blair with the basketball. Continues to dribble right. She will not go to her left, Mark. She will not do it. As they work the ball to the baseline, driving in. They had a shot there. Here's a 3 on its way. Good. What a shot from the outside, and just like that, it's a 2-point game once again.
Making that 3 was Blair. She now has 11. That's her first 3 of the ball game.
Lady Wildcat basketball, 1:34 to play, Oak Ridge by 2. 58-56 for the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Lauren Hart dribbles the ball to her right, penetrates and gives the ball back out to Samaj. Inside Kamari, double team, throws the ball up there and draws a foul. Or is it a travel? Travel, I think. She just kind of fell backwards. So Lady Wildcats, too many people too close to one another, and the Lady Wildcats turn it over with 1:17 to play in the ball game, and Cleveland can take the lead with a 3 and tie with a 2. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Lady Wildcats need a stop on defense. Here's Blair driving right, and she's blocked and fouled. Comes out with 1:08 to play here, and it'll be the 16th foul, I believe, called against Oak Ridge. It'll be Cleveland basketball, 58-56, and Cleveland will call a timeout. Tough turnover on the other end of the floor there. Lady Wildcats have got to be careful with their ball handling, Mark, and they've got to get their best free throw shooters in the ball game too. I know weaving and round, but they've been caught in several traps there. Kamari was caught in a trap, but I think she just got bumped just a little bit, turned the ball over. Tough play. Wildcats need a big stop right here.
Yeah, what I noticed happen on the last couple possessions, David, as soon as Kamari Misselsteen gets the ball, they rush to double team her. I mean, and that's exactly what happened on that play. And she thought she could penetrate between them, but as she tried to get in between them, she gets called for a travel. I think it was a good call. But, yeah, I mean, as soon as they're not going to give Kamari any opportunities that they don't have to. And like I said, they just, as soon as she got the ball, instantly double teamed her.
I think we need our best free throw shooters on the floor, too, at this camera. Leading free throw shooter on the team, percentage-wise, is Samaj Clark. She's an 80% free throw shooter. Gracie Heron is a 70% free throw shooter. The Lady Wildcats watching the ball knocked out of bounds by Cleveland. Minute 4 to play here, 58-56. Got to get going to hit some free throws here. Oak Ridge ball, and it comes to Kamari. Kamari back it goes. Terrible play by Oak Ridge. They get a shot, they miss it. Rebound, it's going to be loose on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession error this time to Cleveland. Kamari caught the ball on the baseline. She didn't have any room where she was going to step out of bounds, so she just kind of flipped it over right into the Lady Raiders. That should have been Oak Ridge's ball. Tough mistake. Very seldom do we see Kamari make mistakes, but that was one of them, trying to save possession. Cleveland basketball. They work the ball to the right corner. They work out of a trap, but it will come Blair. Blair drives left. Low pass. They launch a three. Good, and they lead. Turnovers will do that. Make a mistake at the time of the game. Much, they steal the inbounds to score again. That's what you say, Mark. Just poor execution by the Wildcats.
Yeah, turnovers will kill you, David. Samaj misses her first shot in the second half.
The pressure got to Oak Ridge on the inbounds. Oak Ridge tried to rush, and they turned the ball over. I mean, and now with 27 seconds to play, it looks like Cleveland can win the ball game here. Just like that, in a blink of an eye. Just things went bad. Lady Wildcats, 2 bad plays on the baseline. And just like that, Oak Ridge, 27 seconds away from losing for the second time to Cleveland. They've outplayed them the whole ball game, Mark, until this last minute, actually the last 2 minutes or so, when they've tried to spread the floor a little bit. And the trapping defense, like you said, has been crucial. 4-point game as Blair hits it. It's 62-58. It's not over. But you just cannot turn the ball over. And I know Coach will be happy about back-to-back plays that led to easy buckets for them. Blair to the line. No good. Rebound, Fred. Wildcats possession ball. You got a 4. Here comes Samaj all the way in for a layup. Count it. And she's fouled. That was absolutely a terrible play by Cleveland. Might have gotten lucky because it looked like they fouled her before she was making her shot, but we'll take it. And it's 62-60, and Samaj can make it a 3-point play here.
And pull the Lady Wildcats within 1.
She missed it. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Samaj has it. Samaj Clark kicks the ball out. 3-pointer, no good. A little quick shot on that one, as here come the Lady Raiders and a reach-in foul. Really quick shot there by the Lady Wildcats. Instead of setting up for a good shot, I think Cannon tried to make the big play, missed it, and she was open, but it was probably a little quicker than they wanted to shoot. And now, with 12 seconds to play, the Lady Wildcats are down 62-60, and it'll be Cleveland going to the free throw line and calling a timeout. Mark, I think Cannon shot that just a little quicker. Maybe she didn't know how much time was left on the clock.
Yeah, and David, another big point, Kamari Misselsteen just picked up her 5th foul, so she's out of the ball game with 12.4 seconds remaining on the clock.
So if we go to overtime, be without Kamari, but I'm just hoping for overtime at this stage. 12 seconds to play, 12.4 seconds to go in the ball game, 62-60. That little flurry down on the baseline, Mark, just disastrous for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a huge momentum change there, David. for my records, the girl who shot the three for the Lady Wildcats, was that Samaj or was it Cannon?
It's Cannon. 62-60 the score, 12 seconds to play in the ball game. It is still a two-possession ball game, or one-possession ball game. Let's see what Mila Williams, sophomore player, can do. Haven't really called her name out a whole lot offensively. She'll have one in the bonus here. Lady Wildcats need a rebound on a missed shot here. Here it is with the missed shot, and now we have to hope that she misses one. 63-60 the score, 12 seconds to play. Back to the free throw line, Mila Williams. Missed a shot, rebound to Oak Ridge. Hope has it, and she's tied up with 10 seconds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. So now it comes down to a three-point shot. Lady Wildcats need a three, but the inbounds against their pressure has been disastrous in this fourth quarter. Let's see what Hope can do. Just get it in the cannon. Back to Hope, and Lady Wildcats need a three as they work the ball across the line, and they're going to turn the ball over. Hope either fell down or was tripped. She lost the handle, then got tied up, and with 4 seconds to play, Cleveland has come to Oak Ridge, and they're going to sweep Oak Ridge this season, Mark. 4.3 seconds to play. Oak Ridge had a 12-point lead in this ballgame. 12-point lead. Let it slip away from them. Turnovers, for the most part, were the killer here for the Lady Wildcats. Just too many, the traps caused Oak Ridge to panic just too much, and Oak Ridge finds themselves looking at their fourth loss of the year.
But it's been a great game, David, as you said. I mean, this is the kind of game, as we say, it gets you ready for postseason play. So kudos to Coach Taylor and Coach Green for getting these games scheduled late in the season.
Yeah, we won't play anybody in our district as tough as this team athletically, for sure. Powell's a pretty good team. The other district, District 4, Bearden, Farragut, Maryville, they're all good. So, I mean, they'll be kind of similar to this, so I agree with that. Need a steal right here. 63-60 the score on the inbounds. Cleveland basketball will be Blair to work the ball in. 4 seconds to play from the midcourt line. Blair fires it in, and the Lady Wildcats commit the foul with Gracie Heron, and that'll send Addison Hurst to the free throw line. 63-60 the score. Lady Wildcats down by 3. They were up by 12, Mark. They were up 39-27 at one point, and most of this game they have led until just moments ago. I mean, at the minute 8 mark, as they put the free throw up short, rebounded by Gracie. Gracie to Hope, and she throws one up from midcourt. It's up, no good.
Timeout, Oak Ridge.
With how much time on the clock? Let's see how much time. How much?
It's showing half a second right now, but David, and they're not talking about changing that either.
Yeah, so it's almost nearly impossible, although they're going to put a second up there. It's now 1.5 seconds to play. At the 1 minute 8 mark of the ball game, Mark, Oak Ridge was up 58-56. 1 minute 8 left in the ball game. They now trail 63-60. So you can see how it just turned around so quickly.
Yeah, it did. And, I was thinking during this game, David, no lead is safe. Right now, even Cleveland, they've got a 3-point lead, but Oak Ridge has the ball. So, obviously, they don't have much time, 1.5. They're going to have to basically, catch fire and release, and we'll see what happens. But, unfortunately, Kamara Mistine is not able to play as she fouled out. She would be a great player to get the ball to for a exciting three.
Just to get the ball in will be tough. They have the ball about a little less than half court. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Hope Holt to work the ball in. Lady Wildcats have Cannon Green, Lauren Hart, Gracie Heron, Samaj. Samaj is going to work it in. She's going to launch a three. It's on its way. No good. On target. Very similar play to the Jada Gwynn three-pointer in the region tournament a few years ago, as the Lady Wildcats have been defeated by a final score of 63-60. Mark, your thoughts.
Great game. I mean, kind of back and forth. Very enjoyable game to watch, Very tough competition. Both sides, I would think both coaches would agree that this has been a really good game tonight.
Final score in the ball game, Cleveland wins it 63-60. Here come the Blue Raiders on the floor. We'll talk to Coach Paige Taylor in a bit. We'll have Mark's final statistics. Our sponsors for tonight's game, the Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. 63-60 the final score. Back with our post-game show and a preview of the boys' game coming up in a moment. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a few moments. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena. The Lady Wildcats losing this ball game 63-60. They're back-to-back losses for the Lady Wildcats, and things will not get any easier for them as they travel to Fulton to take on the Falcons on Friday. We'll hope you'll join us on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We'll be on our YouTube stream and prepradio.com and Channel 15 as well. Lady Wildcats, as I mentioned this before, as we wait for Coach Taylor to join us here, Lady Wildcats fell behind in the ball game 6-0. Much better than they did in Cleveland. They fell behind 15-4, trailed only by 3 after one quarter tonight, 16-13. Oak Ridge then took over the ball game in the early moments of the second quarter, building up eventually a 6-point lead at the halfway mark at 33-27. Then the Lady Wildcats steadily built the lead up once again, got it up to 10, got it up to 12 at 41-29 before the Lady Raiders started chipping away once again. And by the end of the third quarter, the Lady Wildcats, just like that, were in a close one, 45-42. The fourth quarter just kind of seesawed back and forth. The Lady Wildcats still maintained the lead. In fact, got it up to a 6-point game at 50-44 about halfway through the fourth quarter, and led all the way until the 1 minute mark. In fact, they were up by 5, 58-53, with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the basketball game. But then at the 1:08 mark, they hit a bucket, and it became 58-56. It was a three-pointer hit from the outside, and just like that, then the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over on back-to-back possessions, and Oak Ridge never got the lead back. They lose the ball game by a final score of 63-60. Mark has completed the final stats. Mark, it's kind of a tough loss to swallow, but as you said, the competition was good, but it'd be nice to win one of these every once in a while. Mike.
As you said, David, the Lady Wildcats, they fell tonight to the Lady Raiders for the second time this season. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats was Samaj Clark. She had 23 points. She was 10 of 18 from the field. She was 4 of 8 of those from beyond the three-point line. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Kamara Mississine added 19 for the Lady Wildcats. She was 8 of 23 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Hope Holt had 6 points. She was 3 of 5 from the field. 5 points added by Gracie Herron. 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Emily Lindsay started for the Lady Wildcats. She had 3 points. 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And then Cannon Green also added 2 points. She was 1 of 4 from the field. As a team, the Lady Wildcats were 25 of 56 from the field. Breaking it down, they were 21 of 41 from two-point land. They were 4 of 15 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Cleveland Blue Raiders, the Lady Blue Raiders from Cleveland. They were led in scoring by Mariah Person. She finished with 21 points. She was 5 of 13 from the field, perfect from the line. She was 7 of 7, also in double figures. Jamarin Blair, she had 12. She was 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Jaden Chestnut added 11. So she was 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And also in double figures, Addison Hurst. She had 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So Lady Blue Raiders with 4 individuals in double figures, Lady Wildcats with only 2. Also scoring for the Lady Blue Raiders with, 3 points, Paige Moody. She was 1 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. 3 points also added by Mila Williams. She was 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points added by Brenna Droke. She was 1 of 1 from the field, and then Alexia Jackson added the final point for Cleveland. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, the Lady Blue Raiders were 21 of 41 from the field. They were 14 of 25 from two-point land. They were 7 of 16 from three-point line, and they were 14 of 18. So very high percentage from the free throw line was the Lady Blue Raiders of Cleveland, 14 of 18 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter, 16-13. They outscored the Lady Blue Raiders 20-11 in the second quarter to take a 6-point lead when they led 33-27. In the fourth quarter, Lady Wildcats were outscored by the Lady Blue Raiders 15-12, but maintained a 3-point lead, 45-42, heading into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Lady Wildcats again outscored by the Lady Blue Raiders 21-15 this time, and that's how we get to the final score. Lady Wildcats fall to the Lady Blue Raiders for the second time this season, this time at home by the final score of 63-60. David?
Why don't we turn our attention to the boys' game while we wait for Coach Taylor to join us. Let's get Sean over here. We're only about 6 minutes away from the start of the boys' game. Oak Ridge and Cleveland, dating all the way back to the 70s. Mark, Shauna, I believe, has some information about tonight's game.
I do. Thanks, David. Tonight, Oak Ridge will try to sweep the season series, much like tonight's opponent Cleveland did last season to Oak Ridge. Last season, the Blue Raiders won 76-69 and 65-51 en route to their 33-1 record. Cleveland, like Oak Ridge, qualified for the state tournament, but because of COVID, were unable to compete. This is the second meeting between the two schools this season. Back on January 16th of this year, Oak Ridge pulled out a 62-61 win over Cleveland on a last-minute possession drive and score by Jeremy Miller. Jonathan Milloway led Oak Ridge that night with 23 points, while Clay McGowan scored 18, including 5 three-pointers to place Cleveland. Oak Ridge leads the series 16-10 since it began in 1971. Coming into tonight, Cleveland had won 8 in a row since the loss to Oak Ridge until their Friday loss to East Hamilton. Cleveland stands at 13-6 on the season. Oak Ridge is 20-4 on their season. Oak Ridge lost their fourth game on Saturday here at the arena, 70-58, ending their 12-game winning streak. Their last loss came to Webb back in December. Oak Ridge next game is Friday against the Fulton Falcons. Fulton is 15-5 on the season. Oak Ridge defeated the Falcons last season 90-74 here in the Oak Ridge after Fulton defeated the Wildcats a year before at Fulton. Oak Ridge leads this annual series 37-28 since 1951. That will be the final game of the season until the district tournament begins for Oak Ridge on February 20th here at Wildcat Arena. We will broadcast the Fulton game on 92.7 along with our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, and prepradio.com. Tonight we are on YouTube, Prep Radio, and Channel 15. Our sponsors for tonight's game are ORUD, Mortgage Investors Group, Ortho Tennessee, 10 Bank, and Fox Insurance Group. Mark and Dave will be back with the starting lineups and tip-off from Oak Ridge and Cleveland following this break from Oak Ridge.
David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena, about 3 minutes away from the start of the boys' game. The Lady Wildcats dropping a tough one, 63-60. I'll have a moment. I'd like to congratulate Erin McGinnis, the former Miss Basketball and now the head basketball coach at Robertsville Middle School. Robertsville, this past yesterday, actually, destroyed Gallenberg-Pittman in the middle school sub-state sectional tournament championship game. I believe the final score was 68-14. So the Lady Rams are going to play in the Final Four of the state of Tennessee in the state tournament at Stewart's Creek High School Friday at 5:30 against Charlotte Middle School. I'd never heard of Charlotte Middle School. I looked it up. It is probably about 25 miles south of Clarksville. But the Lady Rams will play at 5:30 on Friday. The winner plays at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday for the state middle school championship, either against Gallenberg-Pittman or Martin Middle School. Lady Rams, coached by Erin McGinnis, and congratulations to her. Erin McGinnis, the fifth leading scorer all-time in Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcat history, and she is now the first-year head coach, and she's taken her team back to the state tournament. They went a year ago under Coach David Scott, lost in the championship ball game. But Robertsville trying to bring home the first ever middle school championship for the Robertsville Lady Rams, and we wish them well. You talk about some talent on that Robertsville team. The Lady Wildcats are going to be loaded with talent in the next several years. Still about 90 seconds away from the start of the ball game, Oak Ridge and the Cleveland Blue Raiders. Mark will be joining me in a moment. We'll have the starting lineups. It's Oak Ridge and Cleveland. Stay with us here on prepradio.com and YouTube. We'll be back with the starting lineups in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge getting set to take on Cleveland In the boys' game, Mark Haste, you've got the starting lineups for tonight's ball game.
Thank you very much, David. Starting for the Blue Raiders, they'll come out with number 1, Michael Dale, followed by number 3, Jason Brooks. Also number 11, Grant Hurst. Number 12, Rodney Brodnex. And number 23, Clay McGowan. Starting for the Wildcats, they'll come out with number 1, Stafford Shanklin, followed by number two, Jonathan Stewart, number 3, Kel Slater, number 21, Jonathan Milloway, and number 23, Jeremy Miller.
Jeremy Miller, if you just tuned in, was presented a basketball commemorating his 1,000th point that he tallied the other night as the lineups being introduced by the PA announcer. Hopefully the Wildcats will have the same kind of success they had down in Cleveland. The Wildcats won by 1 down in Cleveland in what was really an exciting ball game. It was a thrilling win for the Wildcats down there, 62-61. It was close, just like our girls' game just now completed. It was close the entire way, with the Wildcats just having possession of the ball last, really. Well, honestly, not quite last, because they actually got a ball. They got the about a hit, a mid-court shot, which did not go in. But hopefully the Wildcats will bounce back from their loss to Catholic. Catholic was star-studded, for sure. And hopefully Wildcats will have an answer for this. Good. Last regular season home game for the Wildcats as they get ready for the postseason. Wildcats and Blue Raiders. Mark, your thoughts going into this one?
I'm excited to watch this game, David. As I said, I was unable to make the game down in Cleveland. You're right. They're not very tall. The Wildcats are definitely taller than our Cleveland. But I'm anxious to see what Cleveland has. I'm looking forward to a great game.
It's a team as a program that went 33-1 a year ago. They have won 8 games in a row heading into this ball game, and we'll see what happens in this one. The ball is up, controlled easily by Milloway, saved by Kel Slater, and we are underway here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge moving left to right if you're listening to us on prepradio.com or listening to your audio on your smartphone. Oak Ridge has the basketball, wearing their all-white jerseys. Wildcats facing the Blue Raiders wearing blue, white, and red. Maybe I should have said red, white, and blue. Jonathan Stewart for 3 to start the ballgame. No good. Good rebounded by Stafford. Stafford Shanklin with a shot. Good. Count it. And he's fouled. So it's a good start for the Wildcats as Stafford goes to the free throw line.
First foul of the game will be assessed against Cleveland's Grant Hurst, David. So that'll be his first, team first. As to the line, will go Stafford Shanklin, try to complete the three-point play. 50% free throw shooter, and he does. And down the floor of the basketball will come the Blue Raiders once again, right to left here. They'll set it out to the top of the circle. Here it goes to Jason Brooks. Brooks swings the ball to his right, looks to his left, unable to shoot, backs it up to the corner. Now they drive the baseline, work the ball to the corner. The Wildcats wanted a foul inside, and they get a bucket up. Good. Jeremy Miller has set up for a charge, but the call was not made, and it's 3-2. Here comes the Wildcats down the floor. The Wildcats have Jeremy Miller outside the line, penetrates to the free throw line. Nice pass, kicks it out Stafford. Stafford right block, pulls up, shoots. No good. Rebound, Jonathan Milloway back up with a shot. Good. Jonathan Milloway with an offensive board, and the Wildcat lead is 5-2. Down the floor of the basketball will come Cleveland. Outside he goes to Grant Hurst. He dribbles in. He's a good-looking point guard. Puts up a shot. No good. Milloway on the rebound. Down the floor he goes to Jonathan Stewart to Kel Slater. Kel Slater attacks the paint. Goes inside left side. Jonathan, three-pointer from the left wing. Before that, an offensive foul is going to be whistled against Oak Ridge. That foul will be assessed against Kel Slater as he made contact after dishing off the pass, Dave. So called for the player control foul.
5-2 our score, 6 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first period. Christian Rosas Rodriguez doing camera work along with Shauna Haste. Mark Case is with us as well. My name is David Clary. We're at the Wildcat Arena, the final regular season game of the year. Here's a shot by Cleveland. Before that, a travel is going to be called. A couple bounces in his step there. It's a good call by the official, I think. I thought it was going to be a travel, but sometimes they call that, Mark, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I agree with the call, David. It definitely looked a little bit goofy.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. What'd you call me? Here comes Oak Ridge lobbing it inside to Milloway. Milloway's shot is up good. We can get the ball inside all day long against them. And that's one thing I noticed down in Cleveland. And I said that to Coach Green, and he mentioned as they went into the region tournament, as they get a shot off the glass good, and it's 7-4. He mentioned that, we got too wrapped up in just getting the ball inside to Jonathan all the time that we forgot that other guys could score, and they tend to not want to do that, even though it is an advantage the whole ball game. They don't want to get in a rut where every single possession goes into Jonathan Milloway. Another foul is going to be called against Cleveland. That's going to send Oak Ridge to the line again. This time it's going to be Kel Slater, 61.8% free throw shooter on the year. He'll go to the line. Kel, 439 career points into this one. Pretty good free throw shooter. Knocks down the first toss. Oak Ridge on top by a score of 8-4. Wildcats substituting another good shooter in the ball game. That would be the junior Lucas Searcy. Lucas comes to the ball game for Wildcats for the first time. Kel's toss is good. 9-4 the score. Oak Ridge by 5. Here comes the Blue Raiders down the floor. And that was a good three-point. 5:20 to play in the first period. There he goes. Three-pointer on his way. This one hits the rim. No good. On the rebound, Stafford Shanklin to Lucas Searcy. But the Wildcats lost their ball game. And then another whistle blows and a turnover, this time against Oak Ridge. Mark?
That turnover by Kel Slater, David. That'll be his, I guess the first one wasn't a turnover when he got called for a charge, but that'd be his first turnover for the game. But the Wildcats, the boys, lead 9-4.
5 minutes to play. I confused you there by saying it myself. Here comes Cleveland with the basketball, moving right to left here. Looks for a backdoor play, deflected off the body of Jonathan Stewart. Here's McGowan driving in, blocked by Milloway. Hard foul, knocks him to the ground. He's okay. Looked like all balls that went by him, but I guess he continued to keep the contact there, and the foul's going to be called against Oak Ridge, and that'll send Cleveland to the line. Clay McGowan at the line, and he'll have two shots here, Mark. 9-4 our score. Had a really big game against Oak Ridge down in Cleveland, but he misfires on that free throw.
His hairstyle reminds me of yours when you were in high school, David.
Mine was a little bit longer than that. It never was that blonde, though. 9-4 the score, tosses up, and it's good. 9-5 our score. Here come the Wildcats trying to get it in. Stafford works it in to Kel. Somehow that ball got through, and here comes Kel kicking out. Lucas Searcy for three, short. Rebound to the Blue Raiders. Wildcats back on defense here. Here they come down the floor driving. Will come Brooks to the baseline, lost the ball off the body of Lucas Searcy, out of bounds. Friday night, and this is a scheduled change. The Wildcats were scheduled to play Fulton on Saturday, the typical Saturday end of the season, but Fulton didn't have a ball game on Friday. Neither did Oak Ridge now, so they moved it to Friday night. We'll have the broadcast on the FM. We'll have it on YouTube as they get the ball in finally. Here comes the turnaround jumper. It's up, no good. Long rebound tracked down by McGowan. Cleveland basketball. So the game will be played Friday at Fulton High School. We'll hope you'll join us. The girls' game will begin at 6. There's a boys' junior varsity game at 4:30. Cleveland basketball, free throw line jumper is good. Really nice little shot. 9-7 the score. Cleveland's got some shooters. They've got some athletes. They've got Lucas Searcy coming down the floor, and Lucas is going to be called for travel. This is a walk fest here in the early going, Mark. I think we're up in Greenville. They call so many walks up there at the Greenville Hal Hinner Gym tournament, and got a lot of walks being called here in the early going.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll get credit towards gym class for all these walks.
Well, Coach Green is one of the phys ed teachers. I think they call it wellness now. But here comes the Blue Raiders down the floor. Michael Dale with it, number 1, guarded by Stafford Shank. From the Wildcats had a big lead. Now it's down to 2. Cleveland ball. They can take the lead right here. Shot is no good. Rebound, Jonathan Milloway. Milloway looks for help. Had the ball stripped out of his hands. They get a layup and they tie it. 9-9 the score. Jonathan just kind of held the ball looking for somebody to come get it, and then had the ball knocked away. And then now a reach-in foul is going to be called, I believe, against Clay McGowan. And it'll be, once again, the Wildcats with the basketball.
Throwing the ball in for the Wildcats will be Kel Slater. Kel Slater with the ball now.
Down the floor with the basketball once again will come Oak Ridge. 9-9 the score. The Wildcats were up in this ball game 7-2, and now we're tied. Ridge has not had some empty possessions with turnovers here. Wildcats out to Jeremy Miller, has to get him involved in the game. Really was not as involved in the ball game as the Wildcats drive the floor. Stafford gets a shot good. Great driving layup right past Michael Dale, and Oak Ridge leads again 11-9. Cleveland basketball. We got exactly 3:14 to play, 11-9 to score. With the basketball will come Grant Hurst. Dribbles against Stafford to the free throw line, kicks the ball to the left corner. They'll dribble inside the paint, turn, spin, shoot off the rim, no good. Tip back up, good. Once again, 11 to score, 2:58 to play. Here are the Wildcats down the floor. Kell with it, looks to Milloway, backs it over to Slater. Wildcats, they're just allowing Jeremy to roam free here. As Jonathan gets it in the paint, pulls up, shoots. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Cleveland. 2:45 to play. A moment ago, I was trying to say that, Jeremy needs to get involved in the ballgame a little bit more. As they launch a three, it's no good. It's an ugly-looking shot. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Stafford Shanklin has it. Catholic did a really good job kind of neutralizing Jeremy. He needed his offense if the Wildcats have any hope of winning ball games in the postseason. Jeremy is a big part of our offense. So is Stafford Shanklin. It looks like he's got his shot going tonight. He gives Oak Ridge the lead again. 13-11 to score. 2:17 to play in the first period. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. 2:12 and counting, first period. The Lady Wildcats lost their ball game today, 63-60, after leading really the whole way. McGowan for three. No good. The Wildcats lost for the second time to Cleveland. Here's a three by Cleveland, and they lead. 14-13 our score. Here's Oak Ridge's Kell Slater down the floor. He gets a layup opportunity. No good, but he does draw the foul, and will go to the free throw line. Wildcats giving up the three-point shot. They've got some shooters, as you can see, Mark. Cleveland's got some size. One big guy. He's pretty good at rebounding. Not a great scorer, but he's pretty good at rebounding. But he's got a couple points as the Wildcats Kell Slater goes to the line and knocks down the free throw to tie the ball game at 14.
Kell Slater at the line for the Wildcats, David. He's got 3 points, all three of them from the free throw line, where he's 3 of 3.
Back to the free throw line he goes. Second toss, good. Kell gives Oak Ridge the lead again by 1, 15-14. Good to see Kell providing offense as Cleveland throws the ball away. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats got to get Jeremy involved here, Mark. Somehow got to get him free and get him some shots. As the Wildcats will slowly walk the ball up the floor, leading the Blue Raiders 15-14. 1:39 to play in the first period. For the basketball will come Stafford Shanklin, top of the circle. Looks to Milloway. Milloway once again to the left wing. Great pass. Inside to Milloway for the shot, and he's fouled by McGowan. I think that's his second. Clay McGowan, I think, is going to pick up his second foul.
Yeah, he does, David. So that'll be his second, team fifth for the Blue Raiders. To the line will go Jonathan Milloway. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line. You were talking about Jeremy Miller, how we got to get him involved. Jeremy Miller currently on the bench and has not taken a shot tonight.
And Jonathan will go to the free throw line. Jonathan on the year is a 60.3% free throw shooter. And it's now 17-14. The Wildcat lead is 3. 1:24 to play here in the first period. Here comes Cleveland down the floor, moving right to left. Jonathan Stewart about to come back in the ball game. They're going to drive in the paint, kick it out for a three. Not taken by Dale. Works the ball back out once again. Here it goes to number 3. That's Jason Brooks at the midcourt circle. 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. Wants to drive against Lucas. Drives in, turning, spinning, kicks the ball back out. Coach Green wanted to travel. Anyway, it's going to be a deflection. The ball knocked out of bounds. Wildcats on top by 3 as the Wildcats get Flip Thompson back in the ball game. Checking out will come Kell Slater.
I don't believe Flip played at all against Catholic the other night, did he, David?
If he did, I don't remember him coming in as they try to work the ball in. A lot of traffic. They do get the ball into Hurst. Hurst along the baseline. He's going to be tied up. Good play by Stafford Shanklin. The Wildcats are going to get it on their turnover. The Wildcats, Stafford Shanklin will work the ball in. Once again, it'll be the Wildcats. Actually, it's going to be Cleveland with the basketball underneath the go there. 54.4 seconds. Cleveland's Dale to work the ball in. Looks, looks, fires it up high, and it comes. And it comes, then they'll set up their offense, dribbling in against Stafford. Works the ball around to the right. Oak Ridge by 3. Cleveland works the ball down low. They look a little scattered right now, but Hurst gets a wide open look at a 3, missed it. Rebound Cleveland, right back up with it, no good. For that, a travel is going to be called against the big guy. I didn't see much of it, but that is going to be the call, and the Wildcats will get it on their turnover. 40 seconds to play. 17-14. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Jamison Updegraft had his pocket pick. They going to get a 3 off in the quarter. Here it is. Nope. Yep. There he goes. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Jamison. Jamison is fouled by McGowan. That is his 3rd foul. Be great to get him out of the ball game. He was their leading scorer down in Cleveland. As the Wildcats, that's his 3rd foul. Big foul right there, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, 3 fouls in the first quarter for a single player, David. That's kind of, unfortunate for the Cleveland Blue Raiders.
It'll be Oak Ridge basketball here with a chance to play for the final shot here. 24 seconds to play. 17-14 Wildcats. Oak Ridge ball. Hill Slater works the ball to Lucas. Lucas for 3 on its way. Good. 3-point shot for Lucas Searce, and Oak Ridge leads 20-14, equaling their biggest lead. 9 seconds to play. Here comes Grant Hurst down the floor for the Blue Raiders. Picked up by Kell at the midcourt line. Dribbles to his right. Cut off. Launches a 3 himself. Clang off the iron. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. 1 quarter in the books, and the Wildcats lead the Blue Raiders 20-14. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment. Once again to the Wildcat Arena. The Wildcats on top 20-14. Just got a text from former head basketball coach at William Blunt's women's program, Todd Wright, former assistant basketball coach here at Oak Ridge. His son Baylor now plays on our junior varsity program. He was telling me a little bit of a trivia, Mark. Clay McGowan for Cleveland is Amy Guerin, McGowan's son. Amy Guerin, if you've ever been to Bradley Central, you'll see her name in the rafters at Bradley Central. Amy played and graduated at Bradley with Paige Taylor. And both were on the same team. Both are in the Bradley Central Hall of Fame. Thanks, Todd, for that piece of trivia. So basketball runs in the bloodline, it looks like.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great piece of trivia, David. Not many people could come with that. I think if you'd been asked a question, you may not have even gotten that one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I remember Amy Guerin for sure. I called her games, believe it or not. Back in the day, or I saw them play. We never really played against Paige, as Lady Wildcats lose their ball game today. But the guys are in the lead. We start play here in the second quarter. Here comes Stafford along the baseline, kicks the ball to the corner. Here it goes out to the top to Kell. Kell dribbles left, finds Jonathan Stewart, free for a 3. It's on its way, in and out, no good. Stafford has the rebound, looks to his left, comes back to his right, gives it into the Wildcats' Jonathan Stewart for the shot, good. And the Wildcat lead is 22-14, an 8-point advantage for the Wildcats. 7:23 to play here in the second period. Down the floor will come Grant Hurst, works the ball out for a 3. It's on its way. It's good. That's a pretty shot, Mark.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that the boys' game is going to be like the girls' game, where no lead is safe.
Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Kell Slater with it, 22-17. Oak Ridge in the lead. Kell about to be trapped. Works out of it to Jonathan. Lobs at cross court to Stafford. Had Jonathan early. Jonathan Milloway going to go into him. He goes up for the shot. It's up. No good. Tip back up. No good. This time rebounded by the Blue Raiders. Down the floor once again. Here they come. Grant Hurst with it. 22-17 Wildcats. Hurst drives against Kell. Has his shot partially rejected. Taken right back, and then a whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called. Personal foul will go against the Blue Raiders. 6:40 to play first half. Oak Ridge in the lead, 22-17. That's our score.
And McGowan is about to come back in, David. So with 6:40 remaining in the second quarter, he comes back into the game with 3 fouls.
22-17 the score. It'll be the 7th team foul called against the Blue Raiders. And I don't want to jinx him, but Kel Slater has been our perfect free throw shooter tonight. He goes to the free throw line.
He has 4 points, David, all of them from the free throw line.
Toss on its way up there. I did jinx him. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Remind me never to do that again. Here come the Blue Raiders. 6:35 to play, second quarter, 22-17. Oak Ridge in the lead. Michael Dale with the basketball, dribbles to his right hand check there by Stafford. Got to be careful there as they work the ball to the top. Over goes Jason Brooks. Brooks outside, works the ball right side. Now they dribble in, penetrate, now back it up. Back door, now they're going to give it out to Dale. Dale cut off by Stafford. And they're going to call a little touch foul. There was some bumping there. And I think it's against Stafford. Mark?
Yeah, that does go against Stafford. And he was playing them pretty tight there, David. So I agree with that. After that, Milloway tried to block the shot and hit the guy in the head. So fortunately, Milloway didn't pick up a foul because they already called one on Shanklin.
Cleveland ball, but they can't get the ball in. 6:15 to play. Oak Ridge has Jeremy Miller back in the ball game. I don't know if you heard what I said earlier, but you know that the Lady Rams of Robertsville are headed to the state middle school tournament. This is something new, and this is a legitimate tournament. This is all the middle schools and junior highs in the state of Tennessee competing, and Robertsville has made it to the Final Four. They will play 5:30 on Friday against Charlotte Middle School. I'd never heard of Charlotte Middle School, but it is about 20 to 25 miles south of Clarksville, way out in West Tennessee, Middle West Tennessee. And the Lady Rams are coached by Erin McGinnis, the former Miss Basketball and state champion Lady Wildcat. If they win that first ball game on Friday, they'll play at 11 o'clock for the state championship. So we wish the Lady Rams good luck. If they make it to that title game, I'm going to go and cover that ball game just like we did last year. We would have covered Friday's ball game if they hadn't moved the Fulton ball game. Cleveland ball for a moment. They're going to throw the ball nearly away. They throw it in, and then they'll save it, and they'll set up their offense here. 6:12 to play, 22-17 the score. That Robertsville team is so loaded. It's just unbelievable, the legacy players that are on that Robertsville team. I think I talked about it once before. Adrian Porter's daughter, Shannon Porter's daughter, as the blocking foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. And looked like Lucas had stood there a while. He might have given ground at the last moment. They call a block against the Wildcats. And that is the case. It'll be Cleveland basketball underneath the go. But Robertsville headed to the state tournament, the Final Four.
Yeah, it's great for Robertsville. I remember you saying last year that they were loaded, and obviously they did not empty the tank last year.
They only had a couple of eighth graders last year, and as I mentioned, they just so many legacy players. I'm forgetting somebody. Kiki Stewart's daughter is one of those players on that team. And here comes a shot up, no good. Rebound, swatted and taken away by Jeremy Miller and knocked off the body, I think, of Michael Dale out of bounds. Good hustle there for Oak Ridge. 22-17, the Wildcats in the lead, 5:40 to play. Stafford Shanklin is going to come out of the ball game. We're on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. If you're listening to us, subscribe to us, and then you get notified every time that we go live with a ball game. And sometimes even when we go with an old game, I'm going to post some old games as we head to the postseason. Some of the classic Clinton ball games, even an Oliver Springs ball game we played years ago. Here's an easy shot inside for Jonathan Milloway, up and good. They can do that all night long. I said that at Cleveland, but they got away from it in the second half to not be stale, as Coach Green said. But to me, I'd ride that horse to the very end of the game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, Dave. There's nothing wrong with 2 easy points.
Here's a missed shot, rebounded by the Wildcats. Here they come down the floor. Quick pass to Kell. Kell works the ball in, weaves through the traffic, goes great reverse layup by Jonathan Stewart. And an even better pass by Kel Slater.
Great assist that time by Kel Slater. He just kind of left it for Jonathan, who did a nice little under-the-basket shot.
Missed shot, rebounded by Jonathan Stewart. Here the Wildcats running the floor. Jeremy Miller missed a shot, tipped no good. Rebounded by Cleveland, and then a foul is going to be called. Wildcats missed one, then couldn't get the offensive rebound. Personal foul whistled against Oak Ridge. 4 minutes, 41 seconds to play, second quarter. Friday night will be at Fulton, the Jody Wright Arena. It's It's kind of a small gym. They still have restrictions on fans in Knox County where only family members can go, grandparents as well. The general fans will not be allowed, and that's tough because these games, everybody looks forward to the Fulton game every year, but unfortunately, I spoke to Jody Wright earlier. Unfortunately, not this year. Fans will not be allowed, and that's really tough because I know everybody looks forward to this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I mean, I love it being on Saturday, David, because it's the only game in town, really. Because most high schools play, obviously on Friday night. So, in years past, it's been a Saturday game and had incredible crowds.
Remember the game a few years ago when T was playing? I think Oak Ridge ended up winning by 50. This place was I've never seen more people in this arena than there was that particular night, and then Oak Ridge just beat them by 50. But what was interesting is Oak Ridge goes on a backdoor play and turns the ball over. It's going to be Cleveland with it. What's weird about that, Oak Ridge won that game by 50, and then Fulton eventually won the state championship in their classification as the Blue Raiders almost turned the ball over. Here they come, 26-17, a 9-point advantage for the Wildcats. 3:44 to play in the second period as we broadcast on YouTube or also on Prep Radio. You can listen to us on your smartphones by going to prepradio.com. On Friday in the Fulton game, as they launch a three, it's up no good, rebounded by Jonathan Milloway. We'll be on FM 92.7 and FM 94.7 as well. Oak Ridge ball, Lucas Searcy, right corner, Jonathan Stewart for three. Good. 3-point shot for Jonathan. It's been a while since Jonathan knocked down a three-pointer from that corner. His shots are on the other side as the timeout is asked for. Big shot by Jonathan Stewart. Oak Ridge has a 12-point lead.
As you said, just a big shot there. That's Jonathan's first three of the night, where he's, one of three from beyond the three-point line. Wildcats have a 12-point lead with 3:16 remaining in the first half. So great momentum shift there for the Wildcats. But as I said, even though it's a 12-point lead, I don't know about you, David. I don't feel like any lead is safe with this team.
No, and we saw in the girls' game, the Lady Wildcats had two 12-point leads and lost the ball game. So no lead is safe. They can shoot from the outside. They're very, very well coached. This program went 33-1 a year ago. They lost two really good guards to the college ranks, but they're still very, very talented and very, very well coached. 29-17 is our score, 3:16 to play first half. At halftime, Mark will have the statistics. I'll speak to Coach Taylor about the girls' loss. Just a frustrating loss there at the end. The Wildcats really, after the first quarter, dominated the ball game from start to finish, only to lose it in the final minute 8 of the ball game. Cleveland basketball, 29-17 the score, 3:06 to play in the second period. For the basketball will come Michael Dale. Dale works the ball down low, pulls up and shoots. He's going to be called for a travel. Have you ever seen so many walks called in the ball game outside of the Hal Henner gym?
No, I haven't, David.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Kell's going to take it strong to the hole. His shot is blocked, but the Wildcats get the ball right back with Jeremy. Jeremy gets his own rebound, battles for it in the corner, then blasts it off the body of one of the Blue Raiders. Jeremy should apologize for that guy because that young man might not have ever had children the way Jeremy just tossed that ball off his body. I think it was off Judah Salt. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. It'll be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. Then it comes to the top, and it goes Jeremy Miller. Around it goes Stafford Shanklin. Shanklin looks to shoot and does. Good. Stafford's got a pretty shot, Mark Case.
He really does. He's got 9 points, David, leading scorer in the gym right now.
And then another turnover for the Blue Raiders. Just one walk after another, Mark. It's interesting. It's Cleveland's probably thinking, we don't get these calls down at our gym. What's going on up here in the Ridge? Here come the Wildcats down the floor, but they've been going both ways. We've been called for a few walks as well. Kel Slater with the basketball, left side, looks to Milloway. Better coverage on him. Here goes Stafford, top of the circle. Fakes the three, drives in, kicks the ball back out to Kel Slater. Kel works the ball, right side, spinning, turning. Wanted to shoot, backs it over to Jonathan, who launches one shot, no good. That was kind of an ugly possession, and the Wildcats are back on defense. 31-17 the score, near steal by Kel went off his face. Here comes the three up, no good. Over the back came one of the Blue Raiders. Poor Jeremy can't buy a break there because that guy came over the top of him. Probably felt sorry for the hard inbounds throwback, but Jeremy hit off his body, and they didn't call the foul on that young man. Cleveland basketball, a minute 49 to play, 31-17 the score. Oak Ridge by 14. They worked the ball down low. Good defense by Oak Ridge and a steal. Wildcats reached in and got the dribble away, and Stafford's got it coming back the other way. Stafford Shanklin all the way to the hole. They didn't guard him and take it all the way to the rack, and it's another bucket for Stafford Shanklin.
Shanklin now with double figures, David. He has 11 points.
And with a minute 25 to play, Oak Ridge has a 16-point lead over Cleveland, 33-17. They've won 8 in a row coming into this ball game. They haven't lost since Oak Ridge beat them way back on January the 16th. The Wildcats trying to sweep the series like they swept us last year. 3-point air ball is put up there, and then on the rebound attempt, I think Stafford got a little bit too aggressive there on the rebound attempt and commits the personal foul. A minute 7 to play. Second quarter, 33-17. The Wildcats in the lead, and the Blue Raiders will be shooting free throws, it would appear. And nope, they're just going to get the ball on the baseline. Not enough fouls. Looks like the 16 foul called against the Wildcats. 33-17 the score. Blue Raider ball along the baseline. Trying to get it over Milloway. They don't. Pass intercepted by Lucas Searcy. Good play by Lucas and for Jonathan Milloway. Here's Jeremy Miller, the alley-oop. No good. Rebounded by Cleveland. 57 seconds to play. 33-17 the score. Cleveland with the basketball. Michael Dale. Guarded by Jonathan Stewart. He dribbles. Kicks the ball back out. They're going to drive in. Cut off. Three-pointer. Right corner. Up. Clang off the iron. No good. Kel Slater on the rebound. Kel trapped in the rear court. Gets out of there, but he got out of there because Coach Green calls a timeout. 40.4 seconds to play. 33-17 the score. Wildcats in the lead here. Oak Ridge and Cleveland played. It was a tight one down there at Cleveland. Have you ever been to Cleveland's gym, Mark?
Yeah. I definitely went there last year and I think the year before. I mean, as I recall, you said it was modeled after our gym. It appears bigger than our gym, though.
It does just a little bit, slightly, in terms of just, outer things. I don't know if it's about the same size, I would say, honestly. But last time we were down there this year, Oak Ridge led by only 2 at the halfway mark, 36-34. So a much better improvement on the defensive side of things. Wildcats lead in this one, 33-17. 4 minutes to play here. And it'll be, once again, thanks. Thank you, Andrew. I just got corrected about the losing streak. East Hamilton actually beat the Blue Raiders since they lost to us. Thank you, Andrew, to make me look dumb on the air in front of millions of people. Oak Ridge, 29 seconds to play, 33-17 the score, 16-point game. Jeremy Miller around to Milloway. Milloway on the left wing, cannot shoot, backs it up once again. Here it goes to Kel Slater. Around the horn it goes to Jeremy Miller looking for a backdoor play. Jeremy's going to drive to the baseline, kick it to the corner. Lucas can't get a three off. There's Jonathan Miller away. Jonathan has that three if he wants it. He shoots it. It's on his way. No good. A rare miss from there. Rebounded by Jonathan. Saved by Lucas. Back with a shot. Good. Not the way they drew it up there, but the Wildcats got a big bucket there at the end, and Oak Ridge heads to the dressing room up by 18 points over Cleveland.
What a great finish by the Wildcats, David. Just turnovers and making buckets to extend their lead to 18 points as they lead 35-17.
That is the score at the halfway mark. I'll be speaking to the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. We'll look at the first half statistics and the final statistics of the girls game. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. Our sponsors on our YouTube stream on our Prep Radio channel and prepradio.com. 35-17 at the half. We'll be back with our halftime show in a moment.
Marquez back here at Wildcat Arena. We're at the half. The Wildcats lead the Blue Raiders of Cleveland by a score of 35-17. Leading score for the Wildcats is Stafford Shanklin. He has 11, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Jonathan Milloway has 8 for the Wildcats. He's 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Jonathan Stewart's added 7. He's 3 of 8 from the field with 4 points tonight. Is Kel Slater, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and Lucas Xerxes rounds out the scoring for the Wildcats. He has 5 points. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Leading scorer for the Blue Raiders, Rodney Brodnax has 7. He's 3 of 6 from the field with 5 points. Is Michael Dale, 2 of 3 from the field. 4 points added by Jason Brooks. He's 2 of 4 from the field, and 2 points by Clay McGowan, where he's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, the Blue Raiders are 7 of 25 from the field, 5 of 12 from 2-point land, 2 of 13 from 3-point land, and they're 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Oak Ridge led at the end of the first quarter, 20-14, and then outscored the Blue Raiders in the second quarter. David, are you ready for this? They outscored them 15-3. So the Wildcats only giving up 3 points to Cleveland in the second quarter.
Great defense there for the Wildcats. Earlier tonight, though, the Lady Wildcats dropped one, Mark, 63-60.
Yes, they did. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats was Shamaz Clark. She had 23 points in the ball game. Kamari Mitchelstein with 19. Let's see, Hope Holt had 6. Gracie Heron with 5. Emily Lindsay started tonight. She had 3 points, and Cannon Green had 2. As you said, Lady Wildcats fell to the Lady Blue Raiders by a final 63-60.
And we're about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half, hoping to speak to the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Halftime, 35-17 our score. Our sponsors, once again, Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. Joining me now is the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, very disappointing loss for your team. I think after the first quarter, I think you trailed after the first quarter, but then early in the second quarter, you pretty much took control of the ball game. Never really got just, an incredible big lead. I think 12 twice. You had a 12-point lead. Had the lead by 3, I believe, with 1:08 to play. But kind of a disastrous little flurry there on the baseline. They scored a 3. Got a turnover and a bucket, another turnover and a bucket, and just like that, you were down and you never were able to recover. Too many turnovers there at the end.
Absolutely. We talked about that. We had 3 turnovers in the first half, and I think we had, 10 or 11 in the second half. I felt like we were watching the end of the POW game when we played here against POW with the turnovers. Super frustrated. I thought the first half was probably the best half of basketball we played on both ends of the floor as a team all year. And then we come out not guarding the second half, not getting our hands up on shooters, not getting the defensive rebounds that we got in the first half, and turnovers. They killed us.
Yeah, it did. Most definitely. Just a tough way to end the ball game. I know you wanted a good stiff competition, and you got tonight. I thought you did such a great job tonight, honestly. Much better job on Blair than you did the last time. I mean, I thought really you really held her in check. She got a couple there at the end, but for the most part, I thought you held her in check, which I know was going to be a positive. That was one of the things I was going to talk about, before we lost the ball game. But still, it was a great effort on her because she's one of the better players in Lower East Tennessee.
Absolutely. I was actually just talking to my coaches. We were still talking about the game in my office and right before I came up here, and it's exactly what I said. We did a great job guarding Blair and and doing what we need to do up top. Hope and Cannon and Lauren on the front line of that zone. I mean, they did a great job the entire game on her. It was others that hurt us, and when you don't even put a hand up to contest a shot. There's, and somebody's made 3 or 4 already. I mean, that's a problem.
I thought Samaj came ready to play tonight. She really kept you in it in the first half.
She had a great first half. I'm disappointed in her defense the second half, especially guarding 4 on that bottom line of our zone. But Samaj's effort the first half was exactly what we need for it to be, an entire game every night.
Because you have Fulton coming up on Friday. That'll be over there. It'll be the final regular season ball game. Then you get ready for tournament time. Fulton's had a pretty good year this year.
They have, and that's a different style of basketball that they're going to play, and we've got to be ready to travel over there and put together 4 quarters of consistent basketball to win.
Coach, I'll let you go here. 63-60 the final score. We'll see you. Will you be on the TV with us tomorrow, or?
I believe I will be. It's Aaron's turn, I think, to be on TV, and my turn to take Kettler to practice. So.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. Thanks for coming up here, and we'll talk to you tomorrow about the show.
Okay. Thank you.
63-60 was the final score of the girls' game. The Wildcats in the boys' game up 35-17, playing some good basketball here on their home floor. I was kind of thinking that the Lady Raiders might be the tired team because they had to play Ultawal last night. Cleveland's boys team, I think they didn't play a ball game last night. I think it was a girls-only ball game, but the Wildcats have looked very, very fresh.
Yeah, they have, David. It's encouraging to see them play so well. I mean, especially after that Catholic game. I would have thought that the Catholic game would have taken a lot out of them, but they seem to be more inspired, honestly, tonight than they could have been. They could have kind of tucked their tails and licked their wounds or whatever you want to say, but they're coming out playing very well.
35-17 is our score. We're just seconds away here from the second half. And one thing I wanted to say, I believe the tournament for the Lady Wildcats will begin on February the 20th. That'll be a 7 o'clock ball game, either against Campbell County, Clinton, or Anderson County. Then the following day, on the 21st, I think the boys will play their first game, 7 o'clock, here at the Wildcat Arena. And the boys' side is too jumbled up for me to really talk about. But I'm thinking it's going to be Powell. But we'll see. They have to go through a play-in game and then win another ball game. There's 2 rounds in front of Oak Ridge, so it's going to be a while before the Lady Wildcats and the guys play in the district tournament. But we will play all of our ball games here, which is a good thing. 35-17 the score. Second half about to get underway. The Wildcats wearing their all-white jerseys with cardinal and black trim. The Blue Raiders in their red, white, and blue, predominantly blue jerseys. They'll have the ball first as we get underway here. No points in the first half for Jeremy Miller, Mark.
Yeah, that's shocking. I mean, we are not used to that, David. So, we'll see what he can do here in the second half, even though the Wildcats still with an 18-point lead.
Here's a good start for Cleveland as they drop one in, and it's now 35-19. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. And with the basketball, here's a 3 by Stafford Shanklin. Stafford answers just like that, and Stafford having quite a night here. Wildcats with a 38-19 lead down the floor after another missed shot. Oak Ridge on the other end, the Wildcats miss a shot with Jonathan Milloway, and here comes Cleveland back the other way. Blue Raiders outside the line. McGowan for 3. Good. That's what he did down in Cleveland, Mark. And it's 38-22. So here we go. We're going to get a track meet, it looks like, here in the third period. 7:13 to play third quarter. 38-22 the score. For the basketball, Kel Slater. The Wildcats have him, Stafford Shanklin, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway, and Jeremy Miller in the ballgame. Pass to the left corner. Milloway for 3. No good. That's not his spot. Jeremy gets a garbage bucket. Maybe that'll get him on track here. Down the floor comes Cleveland once again. 40-22 the score. 6:45 to play in the third period. Cleveland basketball. First to the left side, Dale. Michael Dale backs it up once again. This team went 33-1 a year ago. Qualified for the state tournament. Beat our old friend Dyron Birdwell as they launch it pretty good. Unfortunately, they're starting to get hot here, Mark, and it's now a 15-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Hurst just picked up his first three-pointer of the night, and actually his first 3 points of the night, David. He was, 0 of 5 from the field in the first half.
Here comes Stafford Shanklin driving to the hole. Shot is no good off the side of the backboard. Here comes Cleveland down the floor. Blue Raiders can cut it even further. Right block shot, no good. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Jeremy Miller. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Maybe playing a little bit too fast right now as Jeremy gets it. Top of the circle. Dribbles in. Free throw line jumper is no good. I think the Wildcats maybe need to slow it down just a tad. As Cleveland comes all the way down the floor, kick it out for a shot. McGowan again for three. No good this time. Milloway on the rebound. Milloway gives it off to Kell, and here he splits the defense and brings it across the line. Kell Slater works the ball to his right. Jeremy right elbow. There's Jonathan Milloway. That's his sweet spot. No good. Stafford on the rebound. Goes right back up with a shot. No good. But he does draw the foul. And Stafford Shanklin will go to the free throw line. 5:31 to play third quarter, 40-25. So the good news is Clay McGowan's had to sit on the bench with foul trouble, and I think it's kind of affected his shot. He's hit the 1-3, but he's missed a few too as Stafford goes to the free throw line. Kind of holding his back. I think he's okay, though. Stafford's been pretty good at the line tonight. The lefty puts it up there. Did it again. Did I not, Mark? I did it again.
Yeah, he was perfect, and David, you ruined another player's perfect night.
He'll have another one, though. 5.5 minutes to play, third quarter. 40-25 the score. Toss is up good. Wildcats back up by 16. 41-25 the score. Cleveland with the basketball. They're moving left to right here in the second half. Last regular season home ball game. Here's a shot. No good. Tip back up. Good. Wildcats kind of left them defensively. And it's 41-28. And they're coming back here, Mark. No lead is safe, as we said.
Yeah, as Oak Ridge has the ball, they get it into Milloway, who gets trapped and then gets it out to Kell Slater, who tries to penetrate, gets it off to Jonathan Stewart, takes a three, up and good.
That's a big shot. He caught it on a dead run and launched it, and the Wildcats are back up by 16, 15, or 17, 20, 44-27 the score. They have the basketball. McGowan drives the baseline. They kick it out to the baseline. They'll kick it out top of the circle. Michael Dale for three. Before that, a turnover by Cleveland. 44-27 is our score here with exactly 4 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the third period here from the Wildcat Arena. Wildcats get Miller out of the ball game. Stafford Shanklin checks back in. Wildcats, final regular season ball game. You know, just like football, Mark, we talked about this. You know, we didn't even know if we were going to have a football season. The Wildcats break the press, get it inside easily. For the dunk! 2 hands off by Jonathan Milloway. Very casual defense by Cleveland, and Milloway gets the jam.
What a great dunk that time by Milloway, David. I was expecting him to put it off the glass, but glad that he was able to get a 2-hand jam there.
19-point lead for the Wildcats, but back to what I was going to say, when we didn't know that we were going to have a football season, and then basketball season started so roughly with everybody having to cancel games, reschedule ball games, but looks like we're going to make it at least to the end of the regular season. Friday is the last game of the year, and you know many people thought they wouldn't make it this far, and hopefully we'll have a tournament. And the good news is, Mark, and I don't know who's going to make the state tournament, as they put up a three, no good, rebound on a deflection, Milloway to Stewart, to Kell. Stafford takes a tumble. Kell goes in. He gets a shot off the glass. No good, but he's fouled. They announced, the TSSAA announced, Mark, they're going to call it travel on Kell, but they announced that Middle Tennessee is going to allow the state tournament to be held at their facility, so that's good news. They were talking earlier about having them in high schools, but MTSU is going to host the state tournament, girls and boys, which is good.
Yeah, that's interesting because aren't they not allowing college athletics there?
I guess not. I guess maybe they make just too much money. You know, it all comes down to money, Mark, to be honest with you. As Stafford has the ball knocked out of his hands, but I think McGowan might be called for his fourth foul here.
He was.
And with 3:44 to play, his night's work has been limited, and that's good because he was their leading scorer when we were down there. The Wildcats will get it, leading 46-29, 17-point advantage for the Wildcats. 3:41 to play. The Wildcats trying to sweep the season series like Cleveland did to us a year ago. Backdoor play, and the Wildcats throw the ball away. Jonathan couldn't catch it on a dead run, and the Blue Raiders have the basketball. This series began in 1971. It's a close one. The Wildcats lead at 16-10. Little piece of trivia here, as we know here, before Aaron Green became the head coach at Oak Ridge. He was an assistant coach for Bruce Pearl at the University of Tennessee, but his first head coaching job was as the head coach of the Blue Raiders. And that was right out of college. I think he was 23 years old when he took over the job, left Cleveland to go coach for UT, and the rest is history. And tonight he goes for his 399th win as the head coach of the Wildcats. Gowan gets his shot blocked, but a foul is going to be called on the backside by Kell. Good inbounds play there by Cleveland. 3:19 to play, third period, 46-29 Oak Ridge. Clay McGowan to the free throw line. It's hard to believe, 398 wins for the head coach of the Wildcats. Or 298, I'm sorry.
So he could reach an even number here if everything goes well by Friday.
Yes, as the toss is up, good. And hit them both here, and the Wildcat lead is 15, 46-31. Kell blows past his defender, goes inside to Jonathan Milloway, who grabs the rim but didn't put the ball in the hoop. And here come the Blue Raiders down for a three on its way. That's good. Michael Dale knocks it down, and guess what? We've got a 12-point game again, Mark.
Yep, no lead is ever safe, David.
Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Working the ball around, it goes Lucas Searcy, 2:55 to play third quarter. One thing you can say, we've had very exciting basketball games here as Lucas drives in all the way to the hole, no good. Tip back up, good. Put back bucket by Jonathan Stewart.
Great positioning there by Jonathan Stewart to get that bucket, David.
Another bucket for them, though. 48-36 the score. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Mark.
So checking into the game right now will be Jeremy Miller, David. Out will go Stafford Shanklin as the Wildcats lead 48-36. The Wildcats will have the ball on the mid-court, or actually in the backcourt on the side. Jonathan Stewart gets the ball into Miller, who gives it off to Kell Slater.
And down the floor will come the Wildcats. 2:25 to play third quarter. 48-36 Wildcats. Jonathan looks back door. Couldn't get the ball, and then the Wildcats turn the ball over. Here come the Blue Raiders down the floor. Hurst to Dale for three. No good. Before that, he traveled with a basketball. That's interesting. The head coach of the Cleveland Blue Raiders was a former opponent of Coach Green's. He played at LSU while Coach Green was playing at UT. Another piece of trivia right there for you.
I'm guessing he was either a point guard or a guard, because he's much shorter than the girls coach at Cleveland.
Yes, he is. As the Wildcats are trapped in the rear court trying to get it across the line, Jeremy lobs it. Here it goes Lucas Searcy. Searcy to the left block, goes in for the shot. Good. Cleveland tried to set up for a charge, but Lucas would have nothing of that, and the Wildcats watch them launch a three. No good. Kell on the rebound. Back and forth we go here. Kell Slater. Like I was going to say a moment ago, we've had three really good ball games. The JV game came down to the final seconds. Unfortunately, the Lady Wildcats junior varsity lost their game. The girls game was a barn burner there at the end, and we've got a good one going here. Fortunately, though, the Wildcats have a bigger lead later in the ball game. 50-36 our score, 1:29 to play, third quarter. Oak Ridge by 14 with the ball. Here's Oak Ridge driving, shooting at the free throw line, in and out by Jamison Updegraff, taken away by McGowan. Clay McGowan down the floor. Out to the top, it goes to Hurst. He drives in, has his shot. Before the shot, he's going to be fouled. Try to pass it over to McGowan. It's on the floor, not a shot. It'll be Cleveland basketball underneath the goal. 1:13 to play, and I believe it's on Kell. And how many is that now for him?
He picked up three very quickly here, David, so he'll go to the bench with 4 fouls.
1:13 to play third quarter. Wildcats, surprised they don't bring Flip in. Block shot there by Jonathan Milloway. Taken by Jamison Updegraff. I didn't think there was any way in the world they were going to block that shot. Here's the alley-oop. The Wildcats turn it over. Wildcats tried to get the alley-oop to Jeremy Miller, and it was picked off, and they get a three on the other end. No good. Tip by Lucas. What a great board. Here come the Wildcats. Numbers. Bounce pass. Before that, a foul is going to be called. McGowan is arguing with the official. Is he arguing perhaps a goaltending call he thought should have been called?
I think he thinks that he got fouled, David.
Well, either way, it's going to be Cleveland basketball, side midcourt. 55 seconds to play, 50-36 to score. Wildcats in the lead. their basketball. McGowan drives against Jamison, lost his dribble. Stafford almost had it, then the ball knocked out by the Wildcats. Good trap there by Jamison up to Graft, along with Stafford Shanklin. 50-36, the Wildcats in the lead, trying to sweep the Blue Raiders here like they did to us a year ago. Here comes McGowan getting the feed on the block against Jamison, backs him up, kicks it over to Dale. Dale right in front of the Cleveland bench to our right and down below, works the ball to the paint, no place to go, kicks the ball back out once again. Cleveland basketball, 39 seconds to play third quarter, 50-36 our score. From the Wildcat Arena, Friday we're at Fulton. It was going to be a Saturday ball game. Make a note of it. Here's Cleveland. Oh, great drive. Block shot by Oak Ridge, but a foul's going to be called. Too much of the body, I guess, there, and that's going to send the Blue Raiders to the free throw line.
Yeah, to the line for the Blue Raiders will go Alex Hyder, David. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line. He's 0 of 4 from the field, so this will be his first opportunity or potentially his first score of the night, and he does.
Wildcats playing much better than they did on Saturday. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree, David, but, Catholic's a much better school. I mean, much better team than Cleveland, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. In terms of athletes, for sure, and coaching, that's a really good team. But I like the way the Wildcats are fighting. Wildcats fought pretty hard there. The Wildcats turned the ball over. Jeremy then reaches in, and they're going to commit a foul. Wildcats wanted a jump ball, a held ball, but another turnover there. Wildcats on their final regular season home game, struggling here. They led by around 20 at one point in the ball game. But right now, it's down to a 12-point lead, 50-38. The Wildcats led by 18 at the half, 35-17. Got up 38-17. So their biggest lead, a 21-point lead, I believe. And down the field of basketball will come Cleveland. 15 seconds to play in the third period, 50-38 Wildcats. Cleveland basketball, midcourt circle. Wildcats watching them play for the final shot. Grant Hurst dribbles, drives, shot. Good. Count it, and that's the end of the third quarter. Hurst doesn't do a whole lot except take the final shots, although he's a heralded point guard. The Wildcat lead is 10. We'll go to the fourth and final quarter, 50-40 Oak Ridge. Back in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena. Fourth and final quarter here. The Wildcats are up 10. No lead is safe. The Lady Wildcats had a 12-point lead in the second half and lost. Wildcats trying to hold on here. Wildcats with Stafford Shanklin, Jeremy Miller running the point now, along with Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Milloway. Jonathan's got it. Right block's going to drive past McGowan, get it into Stafford for the shot. No good. Battles for his rebound, but before that, he is fouled. Not a bad idea. Just, let Stafford and Jonathan just kind of take apart the inside, let those two guys pass back and forth. It'll be Stafford going to the free throw line. Stafford's had a fine night tonight. First shot is on its way up there. Good.
Stafford now with 13 points, David. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line with the Wildcats on top by 11, 51-40.
Had 11 in the first half, so he hadn't done much here in the second. 52-40 the score, back to a 12-point lead, but Cleveland comes down the floor and almost gets a shot to fall. They miss it, battled on the second time, and pulled down by Lucas Searcy. Here's Stafford again, goes in for the shot, and they call a charge against Stafford, I think. And as he kind of twisted around, Clay McGowan had set up down there, and probably Stafford should have just wisely backed it up because he did not have a pathway to the goal.
No, he did not. I think he was trying to pick up the 5th foul on McGowan.
Here come the Blue Raiders down the floor. 52-40 Wildcats. 7:27 to play in the ball game. It'll be Grant Hurst with the basketball, guarded by Lucas Searcy. Now picked up by Jeremy Miller, back to Searcy. He drives past him, drives the paint. Good steal by Oak Ridge. Stafford Shanklin, we're going to have a major dunk right here. Here he goes! Remember the highlight reel dunk.
Great dunk there by Stafford Shanklin, David, as he went most of the way all by himself. Nice defense by the Wildcats, making that opportunity.
Michael Dale with the basketball. Out it goes to Hurst once again. The Wildcats back by 14. 54-40 to score. Our second dunk. But then there's a little hand check by Stafford Shanklin. This crew is foul crazy, that's for sure. Walk crazy, foul crazy. 6:47 to play. Stafford does at times kind of hand check a bit. And that time, a little bit too much hold there. Probably that's one thing that Stafford does. He does hand check quite a bit.
Yeah, he's picked up his 4th foul too, David. So with 6:47 remaining in the ball game, Stafford Shanklin with 4 fouls.
And on the bench, Kel Slater with 4. Free throw, good. Took a nice little friendly hop. 54-41. The Wildcats in the lead. 6:47 to play. Wildcats trying to sweep the Blue Raiders here and win their 21st game of the year. Second toss on its way up there, good. 12-point Wildcat lead. Kel Slater with 4 fouls. Stafford Shanklin with 4. Now the Wildcats. This looks like Jonathan Stewart. Now it's going to be Jeremy running the point. He goes out to the corner. So gives it over to Milloway. Milloway holds it. Backdoor. Going to drive. And he's held on the floor. Personal foul is going to be called against Cleveland. That was something you don't see much. And that is Jonathan Milloway. You don't see that very much.
They don't. There's another player now with 4 fouls, David, is Rodney Brodnax picks up his 4th foul.
Wildcats get their shot blocked, and a foul is going to be called, I think, against McGowan.
No,
maybe?
Brodnax, and that's his 5th.
So he's out of there. Brodnax, spelled Brodnax. Rodney hits the Pines. He goes out of the ball game. His night's work. He's been a big factor for them, honestly, as they substitute Salt back in the ball game, and Jeremy Miller's going to go to the free throw line. Jeremy has really struggled in this ball game. 54-42, the Wildcats by 12. Let's see what the big guy can do here. Shot is good.
I believe Jeremy, he now has 4 points, David, but he kind of struggled against Catholic. He wasn't a major scorer this past Saturday night, was he?
He was not. I think the Edwards kid was guarding him for the most part, and he's going to Vanderbilt. As that free throw is no good. Rebounded by the Blue Raiders. 55-42 the score. 6:25 to play in the ball game. Here come the Blue Raiders moving left to right. For those of you Cleveland people watching our broadcast, welcome to our contest. We are the Oak Ridge announcers, and we are, a great play by Jonathan, but the Wildcats can't save it. He took away what was going to be a great little backdoor play, just swatted it away, but, it went rolling out of bounds. But welcome to our Cleveland viewers here and to our Oak Ridge viewers, wherever you might be all across the world, on YouTube, on our Prep Radio channel. 55-42 the score. With the basketball will come Cleveland. 6:05 to play here in the ball game for the Wildcat Arena. Grant Hurst with it. Free throw line cannot shoot from there. Neither can Dale from three-point range. They'll set up their offense once again. Out to the top, Michael Dale, number 1. Bouncing here, works the ball out here to Grant Hurst. Dribbles left, kicks it out to the corner. Good defense by Oak Ridge, not allowing the 3. The ball is stripped away, then knocked out by Kel Slater. Good hustle there, but the Wildcats just couldn't get the ball. Oak Ridge playing with 2 guys with 4 fouls, Mark. Yeah,
we are. And I guess Cleveland's playing with 1 guy, McGowan, with 4 fouls.
55-42 the score, 5:43 to play in the ball game here for the Wildcat Arena. At the free throw line, Michael Dell cannot shoot. The ball goes out of bounds. I think he was trying to get the ball off to somebody in the corner there. The ball split it, and it was kind of swatted out, and it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Stafford Shanklin. Go ahead.
I think he thought McGowan was going to cut towards the baseline, so he kind of led him a little bit, and unfortunately McGowan did not move, so it went straight to the stands.
Oak Ridge basketball. Here's the lob inside to Milloway. Here comes his shot. Right-handed off the glass. Good. Nice play. Nice lob down low. The Wildcat lead is back to 15. 57-42 the score, and then another turnover by the Blue Raiders. The Wildcats saw Cleveland cut the lead down here, Mark. It started to get a little bit interesting here. They got it down to, let's see, I guess 8 points at one point, but then the Wildcats have built the ball, lead back up to 15 here at 57-42. Oak Ridge basketball, Stafford Shanklin inside the paint, shoots and scores. He's had that little jumper going all night tonight.
Yeah, now it's 18 points, David. He just kind of danced in front of his defender and shot it right in his face. Very pretty shot that time by Shanklin.
This shot here, rebounded by Stafford. Stafford right to the hole again, and he dunks it again. They didn't slow him down, and Stafford has two major jams in this ball game.
The second one, David, that one was nicer than the first one as he just hung on the rim and kind of swung there for a little bit.
He must think we're playing cards or something, Mark. He usually has his best games against Cards as the Blue Raiders have the ball knocked out of bounds by Jeremy Miller. 4:24 to play. Here comes the Blue Raiders outside the three-point line. 4:18 to play. Here comes a shot on its way. Good, and a foul is going to be called. Count the bucket, and a foul called against Oak Ridge. Is it against Kell or Jonathan, or who's it against?
It's going to go against Shanklin, David. That'll be his fifth.
So Stafford's going to come out of the ball game. Not making his way out. He's staying out on the floor. He's being told by the official that that's 5. And here comes number 15, Lucas Searcy, in the game for him. Jeremy Miller's going to stay in the ball game. Jonathan Millaway. So Stafford comes out of the game, his last regular season home game. Couple major dunks to his credit tonight. 61-44. Toss, no good. Rebounded by Jonathan Millaway to Kel Slater. 4:12 to play in the ball game. 61-44 Wildcats. Kel has his pocket picked by Hurst. He's going to drive in. Fifth foul right here. No, he's going to get a bucket though. Good. And Hurst scores, and just like in the girls' game, a baseline violation. Saw that kill the Lady Wildcats. Really lost the game for them in the girls' game. And the Wildcats do the same thing. He got a little bit ahead of themselves, and the Wildcats will watch Cleveland work the ball in.
As Kel Slater, David, just picked up his fifth foul, so he'll go to the bench with 4 minutes remaining in the ball game, finish with 7 points. Stafford Shanklin also on the bench with 5 fouls. He had 20 points.
I can't remember the 2 guys in one game fouling out this year for the Wildcats, but that's what happened here tonight. 61-46, Blue Raider basketball. Bounce pass comes inside. Shot is up. Good. They scored just like that, and now it's 61-48. So a foul called on the same play. They have an opportunity for a three-point play. We're rolling up the fouls here, and they're rolling up the points.
Yeah, Lucas Searcy just picked up his 4th foul, David. So now the next possible victim will be Lucas Searcy with 4 fouls.
Possible victim here. Free throw, good. 61-49. So just a moment ago it was 19. Now it's 12. Here's Jamison Updegraff waiting, kicking the ball back out. Lucas Searcy out to Miller. They had trouble matching up there. Now they do. 3:49 to play. The Wildcats in the lead, 61-49, a 12-point advantage. The Wildcats work the ball inside. Here's Jeremy's shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes up with it, no good. Draws a foul. Jeremy Miller is going to have to get it at the free throw line. I think at this stage of the season, I think all of their legs are tired. Guys like Jeremy Miller, we talked about the girls for sure. There's no depth on the girls team for sure that gets a chance to play. So you know they're tired. Luckily, they'll have a week before the district tournament. I think, Jeremy had an injury early on in the year, and we've had guys on the team with COVID. They're bound to be tired, and Jeremy's not as sharp as he normally is, but when it matters, Jeremy Miller is going to be the guy. As the free throw is up, good.
Jeremy now with 5 fouls, David. On fouling him was McGowan, who now took his 5th foul. So 3 individuals tonight fouled out.
62-49. It was a very a very physical ball game, but I think just a lot of fouls, way too many fouls early on. There was a lot of walks called as well. As Jeremy goes back to the free throw line, shot is good. Jeremy knocks it down, 63-49, back to a 14-point game. Coming into this game, Jeremy had 1,021 career points for the Wildcats as they work the ball in for a shot, high off the backboard. Good. I think that was Salt who puts it in, and now 63-51 the score. Back to a 12-point game, 3:22 to play. Point guard Lucas Searcy brings the ball down the floor for the Wildcats. Dribbles in, dribbles all the way in for a shot. No good. Held and fouled. I like that on the part of Lucas Searcy. Lucas played aggressive right there. He got the ball, came down the floor. He had a guy on him. He just continued to dribble, and they're going to make him earn it at the free throw line with the foul, though. But a great drive there by Lucas. Let's see what he does at the line.
This is his first attempt from the line tonight, David. As he makes it, he now has 8 points in the ball game. He has a 3 and 2 twos.
Lucas is a 52.9% free throw shooter. Hit the first one. Second one on its way. Good. Knocked them both down, and the Wildcat lead is 65-51. Down the floor once again will come the Blue Raiders, left to right. Red, white, and blue are their colors. Here's a near steal, and indeed a steal by Flip. Flip Thompson with the basketball, coast to coast, off the glass. Shot was swatted away. I mean, Coach Green thought there was a lot of contact there, but it was an ugly rejection there as the Blue Raiders set it off in the corner for a three. It's up, clanging off the iron, no good. Michael Dale, though, gets the rebound for the Blue Raiders. They get another one, top of the circle. This one's no good. Rebounded by Miller. Jeremy pushes it up the floor. Lucas to Jonathan Stewart, drives in, finger rolls it up good. I thought he was going to throw it down, Mark.
Yeah, he got awfully close, David. We hear that he's close to dunking. He had an opportunity to show it there, but chose to finish it with a finger roll.
67-53 Oak Ridge. Cleveland calls a timeout. Want to remind everybody that Friday the Wildcats will be at Fulton. Boys Junior Varsity kicks their final game of the year off at 4:30. The girls game will be at 6 o'clock. The boys game at 7:30 from the Jody Wright Arena. We will stream the game live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We'll have it on the radio, FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Knox County still has restrictions for fans, so the fans who've gotten used to these last 3 ball games, or 4 ball games, I think, here at the Wildcat Arena, getting a chance, the students in particular getting a chance, they will not be allowed in the gym over at Fulton, which is tragic because we love the Fulton Oak Ridge basketball game.
Yeah, we do, David. That's just a great game every year. Even the blowout when T. Higgins was a senior and we won by 50. I mean, still, that was a great game. The biggest crowd I've ever seen in this gym or any other gym.
2:31 to play, 67-53. The Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge has had 2 guys foul out of this contest, including their point guard. That's the good news. The Wildcats have depth. That's one thing that has kind of a trademark of this team. We had a couple guys that didn't make it the rest of the year. They would have even been deeper as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor with Jonathan Stewart. 2:22 to play in the ball game, 67-53. See how aggressive Cleveland is about fouling. Flip Thompson's running the point to Lucas. There's Flip, top of the circle. Flip turning, spinning, kicks it out. Jonathan, he wanted to shoot a 3. Will not. Coach Green says just back it up. We've got the lead. We've got the ball. Let's just play some time off the clock unless you get a layup like that. And they do with Lucas Searcy. Great drive by the junior. The Wildcat lead is 69-53.
Great drive that time by Lucas Searcy, David, as he just kind of weaved in and out in between the defenders and got it up there for a nice little bunny.
And the good news is Lucas Searcy is going to return next year. And there's going to be a foul on that end of the field. Might have been a technical foul. The way it looks from here, it looks like Jonathan Milloway is going to shoot those technical free throws.
Yeah, it does. I got a little confused because he made the signal for technical and then pointed towards the Oak Ridge bench. So hopefully Coach Green didn't pick up the technical.
Minute 52 to play, and Jonathan hits both free throws. 71-53, back to an 18-point lead for the Wildcats. A minute 52 to play. Oak Ridge basketball. They can't be arguing about the personal fouls because we've had 2 guys foul out. They had their big gun foul out as well. and Clay McGowan. But we've had two guys foul out as the Wildcats. Oh, great save. Jonathan Stewart went back to his football days, and the wide receiver went up to snag that errant pass, pulled it down, Oak Ridge ball. Here it goes to Lucas Searcy. Lucas has had a pretty good second half here. It's come on for the Wildcats. 90 seconds to play in the ball game. Lucas lobs it into Jonathan Milloway. One dribble, one shot, 2 points off the glass. The Wildcats have a 20-point lead, and they're headed for the victory, Mark.
Yeah, they are. Actually, David, to make a small correction, both teams have two players who fouled out. Cleveland has two, and so does the Wildcats.
Right, Broadnax also fouled out as well. Here comes Cleveland with the basketball. 1:08 to play. There's a three on its way. Good. 3-point shot knocked down, I believe, by Michael Dale. Here come the Wildcats pushing it up the floor. Here comes Lucas. Cross-court Milloway. He wants to think about shooting a three, but he will not. He'll back it up. 73-56 the score. The Wildcats in the lead. 50 seconds to play. Flip Thompson now running the point for the Wildcats once again. And the technical foul was called on the Cleveland coach. Thank you, Jim Bunch. All the way from Texas, he saw the Cleveland coach getting the technicals. Flip wants to shoot, does no good, draws the foul. Jim, in my defense and Mark's defense, I had actually looked down. We got a little bit of a covering on the camera, but I had looked down to my score sheet here, and I didn't see the technical. Mark was writing down as the free throw by Flip is good.
Darren Osborne now in the game for the Wildcats, David. So is Caden Updegraff and Nick Dallas.
We apologize for the right corner of the stream right now as the ball's work down the floor. Here come the Blue Raiders with it out to the right corner. They'll drive in, lost the dribble. Here's a steal. The Wildcats have it. Flip Thompson. Flip then comes right to his right, gives it out to the Wildcats. Lucas Searcy dribbles it across the midcourt line, lobs it to Flip. Once again, outside he goes, down to 12 seconds to play. Oak Ridge on top, but Darren Osborne's in the ball game. Caden Updegraff, Flip Thompson, Jamison Updegraff, and Nick Dallas. The game will come to a close with the Wildcats winning it by a score of 74-56. That is your final score. So the Wildcats bounce back from their loss to the Catholic Fighting Irish on Saturday, sweep the Cleveland Blue Raiders, win the ball game by a final score of 74-56. Really, the Wildcats didn't really struggle much at all in the game. Cleveland made runs on them, but the Wildcats were able to weather those runs every time.
Yeah, great job by the resilience of the Wildcats, David, as you said. I mean, no league was safe. We were very clear about that. And Cleveland would make their runs, and the Wildcats were able to successfully ward them off every time. So great job by the Wildcats with a 18-point win, outscoring the Cleveland Blue Raiders 24-16 in the fourth quarter.
And the final score was 74-56. I'll be speaking to Coach Aaron Green. Mark will have the final stats. Appreciate all of you watching our broadcast. This is our final regular season home ball game. We don't know the future if we'll be streaming from the Wildcat Arena. They do have rules and regulations about postseason. We've done it before. Maybe we'll cheat and do it again. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. As the fans are given 10 minutes to get out of the gym, most of them are headed to their cars. Victorious night for the Wildcat boys team, 74-56. Not so good for the Lady Wildcat program. They were defeated 63-60. We're going to take a break. I see Roger Mitchell down on the floor. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena here. The lights have been turned off here. The Wildcats victorious 74-56. That's the final score. Want to remind everybody and congratulate former Lady Wildcat Erin McGinnis. She's the head coach at Robertsville. And you talk about some talent coming to the Lady Wildcat program. We might be a little thin right now, but there's a lot of talent coming. Lady Rams are headed to the state tournament for the second consecutive year. Hopefully they'll come away and win a state championship. They'll play Charlotte Middle School, 5:30 on Friday. The winner plays at 11 o'clock on Saturday against either Gatlinburg-Pittman or Martin Middle School for the state champion middle school. It isn't a cheap tournament. These teams have been playing sectional tournaments locally where you had to win 5, 6, 7 games, almost like it is at the regular state tournament for the high school level. They have 4 teams only, 8 teams at the high school level, but these teams have been working their way through the brackets here, and Robertsville's made it to the state tournament. They're in the Final Four. They'll play at 5:30. If they win that ball game, we will stream the state championship game on Saturday live from Stewart's Creek High School in Middle Tennessee. Final score of this one, 74-56. We're waiting for Coach Green to join us. We'll also run down the final statistics. Good win for the Wildcats, though. They struggled a bit against a very good Catholic team and beat a good Cleveland team here tonight. Final score 74-56. We'll be back with Coach Green or the stats in a moment. David Clary, Mark, and Shauna Hayes. We appreciate Christian Rosas Rodriguez as well doing our camera work. Coach Green is coming up the steps. He is talking with a couple people down on the floor. Now he's heading back down the steps. I was about to say, one thing I can say about him when he gets up here, he's usually not out of breath. If it were you and me, Mark, we'd be out of breath coming up the steps like he does.
Yeah, and that's with me taking like 5 breaks.
And we'll talk to him in a moment here. We'll hesitate on your stats here. Coach Green is waiting to get some other word here. We're down to 5 minutes left. They better get out of the gym here. As Coach Green calls it, it's the fifth quarter buzzer will sound. They want everybody out in 10 minutes because of COVID restrictions, as Coach Green has now made his way into the press little area, whatever we call it here. And it's kind of a bird's nest up at the top here. And we'll get Coach Green situated here, and we'll get his chance to speak with him. The Wildcats winning their 21st ball game of the year.
I'm here, Dave.
For congratulations, victory over a team from Cleveland, 74-56. Kind of a different ball game here tonight on your home floor. It didn't take a last-second shot. I thought, for the most part, you all played really well from start to finish. You got a lot of contributors. I thought Stafford had one of his better ball games, despite the fact you were in foul trouble, and despite the fact that Jeremy didn't have a really good ball game. About everybody else played pretty well. I'm not saying that Jeremy didn't play well in other aspects of the game, but typically, as your team goes, typically goes the way Jeremy goes. But tonight, other people stepped up. Thought your defense was very solid. McGowan got into foul trouble, which was an advantage. You didn't give up the threes you gave up down in Cleveland. And you just did a really, really good job, and just an impressive win at home here in your final regular season home game.
Yeah, David, thanks. I thought it. I agree with you. I thought it was one of the, on both ends of the floor overall, I thought it was one of the better games we've played. I thought we were, engaged defensively. I thought we executed and done, held them to 17 points first half. And obviously, we're getting 23 in foul trouble obviously helps us a little bit. I wasn't very pleased. In the third quarter, we got beat 8 in the third quarter and kind of let them back in the game. And I told them, I thought they were going to just kind of put their head down and start going to the rack, and which that's what Hurst started to do, and we didn't do a very good job guarding that. And that would probably be my only negative is, I think he didn't score the first half, ended up at 20 the second half, which, we got to do a better job than that. But overall, I thought it's the best game that Stafford's had. I think he's had a game where early in the year where he scored 30, but that was kind of it was kind of a blowout. I don't remember what game it was, but I don't
Carnes.
know.
It was the Carnes game.
Yeah. When we scored 107. But I thought on both ends of the floor, I thought Stafford, he rebounded, he defended, he played with confidence, he was aggressive, and I thought it was one of the better games he played. I thought we really shared the ball. As a couple plays there in the first half where we made the extra pass and got, I know Stewart, I think one time had an open look, and he made the extra pass to Lucas or vice versa there in the corner, and they made a three. We got it into Milway some. He ended up with 16, and it's just I thought we played well and did a lot of good things, and I thought we played hard. I thought we were tough, and like I said, as you know, David, we had to. We were very fortunate at Cleveland to get out of there with a win, and I thought I thought our guys were ready to go and played well.
Most definitely, and bounce back from the loss. This Cleveland's team's not as good as the Catholic team for sure, but it's still a bounce back win. And I like the fact that they swept us last year. They lost a couple of their guards, but they swept us last year, and we returned the favor to them this year. A lot of fouls called in this ball game. You had a couple guys, Stafford and Kell fouled out. I think Lucas ended up with 4. They had guys foul out, so it was a lot of free throws shot. You hit your free throws. You made plays when you needed to. It's kind of hard to argue about it. The sad part about our next ball game, though, Coach, as I look at the fans milling in, even though the fifth quarter ended, there's the buzzer again, but the sad thing about our final ball game is that our fans have gotten used to being able to watch us play here at the Wildcat Arena, but I believe the restrictions are still on at Fulton and Friday. They won't be able to come except the families once again.
Yeah, that's correct. I confirmed that with Jody Wright yesterday, and they'll still have a list. But again, I'm assuming you guys will stream it, so hopefully they'll be able to be able to watch it regardless. But yeah, it's and again at this point, I'm just glad we're still been able to play, and I thought we had a decent crowd tonight. And the last 3 or 4 games that the kids have had an opportunity to play in front of decent crowds. I've saw a lot of students here that have not been able to come most of the season. So just excited for our both teams, really all the players to be able to play in front of a halfway decent crowd.
Coach, we'll play Fulton, as I said. Fulton, I think they beat Jefferson County in their last ball game. I think the game was originally scheduled for Saturday. You didn't have a game, they didn't have a game, so it moved it up. And that kind of makes things, back to the way they normally are, but they're going to be well coached. Tell us about this Fulton team.
Yeah, honestly, I hadn't had a ton of prep time. Really, I'll start on them tonight. Be honest with you, we'll start getting the next day. Really, between now and the time we practice tomorrow, try to get as much tape as we can to get underneath them. They're usually, obviously, they're well coached. Coach Wright's one of the best coaches in the state. Their teams always defend. They're really tough. Very athletic. I think they're they're a younger team this year, but I think they're 16-5 or 16-6, and it'll be a challenge. They'll guard us as well as anybody we've played all year, for sure. They'll pressure. So other than that, I don't know a ton about their personnel at this point, but we'll get that straightened out between here in the next couple of days as far as scout and game plan. But we are contemplating, David. I know we're trying to we may try to add a game, possibly next Tuesday. To be honest. Yeah, there you go, maybe. But we're going to toss that around a little bit to see if we can. I just kind of really not looking forward to having a 8-day layoff between your last game and a district tournament first round game. So, going to look and see who can play. Siegel may be a little bit far away to come on a weeknight, but might be possibly a Greenville. I think they may be looking, but try to play Greenville beat us around Christmas, so try to find a quality team to play on Tuesday if we can. That way we kind of keep the you can lose a little bit of rhythm and momentum. It's hard to practice this time of year that long and keep your I don't know if the word's mojo, but that is something we're going to toss around here the next day or so, see if we can get something on possibly next Tuesday. I've got to talk to Paige and see if they if they're on board with it. I'm sure they will be, but so I'll keep you posted for sure on that.
Would it be a home game or would it be a away game? Does it really matter?
Well, at this point, it depends on who it is. We're going to try to definitely get a home game, especially since we're going to be playing in here. Hopefully, definitely the next after the Fulton, we'll have both district games here, just because we'll be the higher seed because we are the one. But we'll try to get it here. We'll see. It really depends on the opponent and kind of what their situation is. But we'll definitely try to get it here. If not, and we may travel. Just depends on who it is.
Coach, I have one more question. I'll let you go here. You said you're going to start working on Fulton. I don't know that I've known you, 11 or 12 years here, and I've never seen you tired. Do you ever go to bed?
No, I go to bed. I'm a night owl, David. I'll usually fall asleep in the chair watching tape or TV or whatever it is, and get up pretty early. I'm just kind of wired. And basically what you see is what you get. I mean, I coach hard, and some people probably think I'm nuts, but I'm just passionate and energetic and really passionate about, basketball and coaching and kids. And, but yeah, I mean, I do sleep, David. And of course, this time of year, I know Coach Gaddis talking. I mean, it's emotionally, I know Paige will probably say the same thing. It's emotionally draining. There's a lot of, I don't know if the word's pressure, but you put a lot of, I think the word is, there's a lot of expectations there that I can just speak for myself that I have for how we want to prepare, how we want to practice, how we want to play. And for that to happen, to execute, I mean, you got to prepare and put in work. I mean, it's just, I learned, my dad's my assistant coach, and both my parents really from the time I was young till, left the house and went on to college, they really, never allowed me to get satisfied, always pushed me to be, the best I could be and work at it. That was the biggest thing I could think I can get from my parents, is just having a good work ethic, and hopefully try to instill that in our players and team. And I think, Coach Pearl used to say this, David, I'm not trying to give a speech here, but just because you work hard doesn't guarantee you're going to have success, but I guarantee if you don't work hard, you won't have it. So I think working hard is something we can all control, and take a lot of pride in putting in the time and working at it.
Coach, thanks a lot. We appreciate the hard work you have put in, and we'll see you over at Fulton on Friday.
Kel Slater fouled out with 4 minutes remaining in the ballgame. He finished with 7 points. He was 1 of 2 from the field. That was a three-pointer, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Jeremy Miller, senior, had 6 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. No, he must have had 5 points, David. 1 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Bad math. Flip Thompson got a point late. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, so as a team, the Wildcats were 26 of 49 from the field. They were 22 of 39 from two-point land, 4 of 10 from three-point land, and they were 18 of 22 from the free throw line. So very nice night by the Wildcats from the free throw line, only missing 4 of their 22 shots. Leading scorer for Cleveland was number 1, Michael Dale. He had 14 points for the Blue Raiders. He was 6 of 8 from the field. Grant Hurst had 16 points for the Blue Raiders, so he led the Blue Raiders. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. As I said, Dale Michael with 14 points. With 7 points was Rodney Broadnax. He fouled out with 6:27 remaining in the ballgame. He was 3 of 8 from the field. Also fouling out was Clay McGowan. He finished with 6 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 points added by Jason Brooks. He was 2 of 4 from the field. 4 points also by Judah Salt. He was 2 of 5 from the field. And then the final 2 points for Cleveland was by Alex Hyder. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, the Blue Raiders were 20 of 51 from the field. They were 14 of 26 from two-point land, 6 of 25 from three-point land, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. The Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 20 to 14, then outscored the Blue Raiders 15 to 3 in the second quarter, take a 35-17 lead at the half. In the third quarter, Cleveland outscores the Wildcats 23 to 15, but Oak Ridge is able to hang on to a 10-point lead as a lead going into the fourth quarter, 50 to 40. In the fourth quarter, the Wildcats again outscore the Blue Raiders, this time 24 to 16 for a final score. Oak Ridge victorious tonight, 74-56 in the boys game. Earlier tonight, Lady Wildcats, they fell to the Lady Blue Raiders, 63 to 60. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats was Shamaz Clark. She had a great game. Kamari Mitchell-Steen added 19. 6 points by Hope Holt, 5 by Gracie Heron, 3 by Emily Lindsay, who got the start tonight. Cannon Green finished with 2 points. Leading scorer for the Lady Blue Raiders was Maya Person. She had 21. As I said earlier, they had 4 individuals in double figures. Jamonran Blair had 12. Jaden Chestnut with 11. Addison Hurst with 10. And then single-digit scoring by